Oh, you know what I love?
Sports.
Love sports.
Sports. When
It comes to Texas A&M.
Where are you getting this information?
Let me tell you.
Welcome to TexAgs.
It's here. It's time. There's always a buzz in the air when you hit this moment.
He is a guy that has gotten better and better and better. He's just got that dog in him.
We will develop men, we will graduate players, and we will win championships on the field.
I think of him as this hawk. Before long, he's going to be swooping in on those quarterbacks.
Coach Elko's my guy, right? Like, I love him. I love Michael Early. Like, I think Bucky's going to be incredible.
It's football, man. And that's what Warriors do, and they don't want to sit out.
And this is a real program. It's not fake. This is a real place. And if you want to be really good at football, this is a really good place to be.
You know, if I'm betting on anybody, it's the Aggies.
OB, I'm probably going to complain here in a moment.
All right.
But I don't like to start, I mean, I do it often, but I don't want to start the show with complaints because that sets a negative tone for the show. I want extreme gratitude, okay?
Okay.
This morning, I've been trying to start my mornings with gratitude. Okay?
All right.
And one of the things I wrote down was, I'm very thankful for a 7-0 football team and a coach who wants to be at Texas A&M. Really thankful for that. Like, we've covered some interesting seasons together.
Yeah.
And so far, it's just been the most fun for me so far.
Well, 7-0 is fun.
Yeah.
And Mike Elko has been a godsend.
Yeah.
I think I always believe that the truest cliche in sports is that a team takes on the personality of its coach. And I tried, and I couldn't find, sorry folks, but I tried to get in touch with Mike Elko's college coach. I want to ask him, was he a tough guy? What kind of person? And I've been stonewalled by the places where
He's worked.
he has worked. Nobody, but so I don't know how to get in touch with him. But anyway, Mike seems, he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
He seems to be a tough guy. All the things resilient guy, all the things that this football team seems to be.
Well, I think, didn't we have David Cutcliffe on this summer? He might be a guy that you could talk to. He's got a relationship.
But he wasn't coaching Mike. I wanted someone that knew him when he was.
Yeah. I get you.
By the way, Cutcliffe, man, talk about a guy that got in shape.
Is he pretty jacked right now?
No, but have you remember how thin he was?
Yeah.
I remember when he was a big,
Yeah.
heavy dude.
Well,
Heck of a football coach, though.
So we started the show with gratitude, and we're going to get back to gratitude.
Yeah. We have an attitude of gratitude.
Yeah. What's another word we can use to rhyme with that?
The latitude?
The magnitude.
The magnitude of the attitude of gratitude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to read this. I don't know who J.B. Hogg is. I don't know him. He's a nobody. And I'm feeding the trolls, okay?
You're slopping the hog.
I'm doing that again. Yeah. First time, actually. So, J.B. Hogg says on Twitter, and I saw it retweeted by a lot of Aggies, okay?
Okay.
So that's the only reason I saw it.
Okay.
And I probably shouldn't even go here, J.B. Hogg, all right?
You're hog wild.
All right? But he says A&M is avoiding, we get to pick our schedule, by the way.
Avoiding.
Yeah. Ranked teams and played at home. Not too many schools that would not be 7-0 with that schedule.
Okay.
Interesting.
Well, I mean,
you're
avoiding.
USC.
You took it upon yourself to schedule Notre Dame.
Yeah. So USC went to Notre Dame this week, right?
Yeah, they lost.
They did lose. Okay, so there's at least one. And I don't know how many other non-ranked teams USC played. I don't know. I'm just going to ask out loud. I could be wrong here. J.B. Hogg.
I think I'd change my name.
Yeah. J.B. Hogg?
Is he from Arkansas?
Gotta be. He's a hog. Anywho.
Even though we once, a century ago, had a famous governor of Texas named Hogg. I'm a hog.
I'm a hog?
And Sister Ura. But there was an I'm a hog. I'm not lying.
Are you serious?
I think so.
Spelled I-M-A?
Would you look up I'm a hog, Texas governor?
It had to be like a fake, right?
Anyway, might have been our. But anyway, okay.
So my questions are just so we're clear here. Does Arkansas have a bad offense?
No.
Do they have an offense very capable of beating you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Ask a lot of teams.
They don't have the best defense.
No.
Okay.
No.
Auburn, really good defense?
They have one of the best defenses in the SEC.
Had they been JB hogged more than anybody else?
Have they been what?
JB hogged.
Screwed? Now he's a verb. They
got screwed by Georgia.
They've gotten hosed by the SEC officials.
And by Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me think. Florida. Do they not have an elite defense, or am I making that up?
I don't know if it's elite, but I think they have a good defense.
Okay. Does
they have a very talented quarterback, too.
Does A&M play in the SEC?
They do.
Okay. Do a lot of these teams, if you were to pick up Auburn and put them in the Big 12, would they be in the mix?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, look at who's winning the Big 12 right now.
Texas Tech?
I think BYU and then maybe in Arizona State. Didn't Arizona State just beat Texas Tech?
And Arizona State, by the way, lost to Mississippi
State.
Okay, reloaded.
Hey, who beat Mississippi State?
A team called Texas A&M, 31-9.
Yeah. Okay, so, So take that, Mr. Hogg.
Take that, pal.
Take that and smoke it.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll talk about smoked hogs later when we get to 1775.
Yeah. Why don't you go JB Hogg yourself? Anyway, so that bugged me.
Okay.
Can I do another thing that bugs me? Because there's somebody who every once in a while on the YouTube page says, Nuño does his complain. I'm actually very happy. We're 7-0.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really excited about our basketball program. I am. I'm really excited about volleyball. I got Gerrod Chadwell coming in studio today. That's my guy. That's my boy, right?
Guy.
Josh Pate.
Yeah.
I mean, we're like BFFs.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean,
y'all could be workout buddies.
He'd work out. He probably wouldn't work out longer than me, but he's more efficient.
If you lived in Nashville.
Yeah. So, I mean,
or he here.
So I'm very happy about things. But then I nitpick little things that bug me because you know what? I like to rant. And I think you do too.
I've been known to.
Another one. Are you familiar with tiger droppings?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
So we're talking about hogs and tigers.
Yeah. I'm sure one of the writers at Tiger Droppings is one of my friends. I'm sure. I mean, I've got a lot of friends in the media. I don't remember who writes for them, okay?
Okay.
But they had a tweet that says, Texas A&M quarterback Marcel Reed says his first trip to Tiger Stadium was, quote unquote, underwhelming.
Okay.
I think people do that to charge up their, first off for engagements, for, let's get everybody mad. When they come into our stadium, we can put it up on the big Jumbotron and rawr, right? They make that noise.
Rawr.
If you listen to the whole quote, I read the article. You had to go deep into it. It really wasn't that deep, okay? What Marcel said was, I think it was 11 a.m. Central, so it was a little underwhelming at that point. But I'm just really excited to see what the atmosphere is like. I've heard a lot of things. I've heard the fans are crazy. They do all types of stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes people in the media do this.
Yeah, you might. They do it usually in politics, but now they're doing it.
I was going to say, just pretend it's QRMBC, right? Whatever it is, okay?
I was thinking, you mean Tiger Droppings is an affiliate of CNN?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying. All right. That show that's what's the main guy on there?
On what show?
On CNN. What's the main guy?
Oh, you mean there's several, like Anderson Cooper?
Oh, Anderson
Flitzer,
Cooper, yeah. Don Lemon.
He got fired. He's an LSU guy, by the way.
Well, there you go.
Figures.
He's maybe the one writing this article. I'm just saying, I know a lot of media does this. The Tiger Droppings, I think they probably do great work. That tweet, I think, is just, to me, is to get engagements and charge up your fan base. And there's more to what Marcel said. And by the way, TexAgs doesn't do that. You can't find examples of us taking a little bit just to get it. We do not do that.
I would think that if they have to try to manufacture something to get the fans motivated for that game, that something's wrong because one more loss and they can forget the playoff. They're hanging on to their playoff aspirations by a thread.
Yeah. And by the way,
Marcel's coming along with some scissors.
So one thing that I'll say, guess what? I don't know if underwhelming is the right word, but Kyle Field at 11 a.m. is a magical place, not the same as the 7 p.m. game. That's just the reality of night games in the SEC.
Yeah, and everybody at LSU at 11 o'clock, was it an 11 o'clock game? Was it really that early?
I don't think it was that.
Anyway,
I think it was a 2:30 game.
Okay, at 11 o'clock, though, he's talking about. I don't think they've woken up yet from the bender from their Friday night bender, right?
Yeah. And that's the 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
First time I went to Tiger Stadium, I saw like kids with holding a 40-ounce Old English. I did. I was like, oh, that's what they do here.
I remember the very first time I went to.
It's an awesome atmosphere.
It was in '94.
It's beautiful.
The very first time I went to LSU, we're creeping along trying to get to the media parking. We're going through a street with houses on both sides, and there's parties, and we had a Texas license plate.
Yeah.
And it was a rental, and some guy just stopped in the middle of the. So we had to stop, and he spit a big hawker right there on the hood of our car. And I'm like, hey, it's a rental. I don't care.
I'm glad I wasn't there. I will say
it was me and Larry Bowen.
I will admit that is one of the best atmospheres to go to. I've gone there. I was telling John Harris, I went to LSU Georgia in 2008, which was a top 10 matchup. It was fantastic.
Is that the one where Jarrett Lee threw 3
Yes.
pick six? I was at that. I covered that game.
See, we were in the same audience. Actually, I don't remember if that's the game, but they lost royally.
It was an afternoon game.
Okay, I think it was a different game.
Okay, it must have been.
Yeah. But it was a beatdown. Georgia ended up winning.
Georgia
a beatdown.
won big.
Yeah, but that atmosphere was amazing. I was like, man, this is great. And the times I've gone for A&M games, it's an amazing atmosphere, and I have so much respect. That is the reason I am worried, because it is Tiger Stadium, right? That's the reason I'm worried. I think if you look at the two teams, A&M is better pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, I think A&M is a better football team. I don't worry about look, in my opinion, everywhere you go in the SEC, almost everywhere you go, is a great atmosphere. So you get accustomed to understanding what you're getting into. I think if it's a non-conference game and you're coming in and you haven't been there before, you're like, what the hell's going on? But now I think what it does is it motivates LSU. Mm-hmm. And so they played their best. But if you go in and play your best and you're a better team than them, you'll be fine.
The other thing I want to talk about, now let's go back to gratitude, okay?
Okay.
I have a lot of gratitude for Mike Elko for multiple reasons.
You're getting a head start on Thanksgiving, but go ahead.
Yeah. I really love that he, to me, embodies Texas A&M. Like, I feel like it's kind of a throwback to R.C. Slocum, Jackie Sherrill. Like, there's this tough-minded, like, defense first attitude. I think his press conferences are great. There's a lot to like about him, right?
Yeah, there is. In fact, I'll tell you a similarity between him and RC is the way they became the head coach here. RC left for USC to be the defensive coordinator and came back.
Yeah.
Of course, Mike left to be the head coach
at Duke. Yeah.
Came back. Like you said, they're both defensive guys. And you know what? They actually treat people with a certain dignity that sometimes coaches didn't, where, you'll ask a question and sometimes maybe I ask a really stupid question or somebody else asks one and other reporters are going like, oh, okay.
How many times do we make eye contact during a press conference?
and yet Mike will still answer it in such a way like just being a nice person.
Yeah.
And RC was the same way.
Well, the reason I'm saying all that is yesterday on the Aggie Happy Hour, is that what they call the show? I'm sorry.
You mean,
Texas Aggie Football Hour, not the Happy Hour.
Well, everybody was happy.
Close. They're
happy.
It's the Gratitude Hour. Andrew Monaco was kind of joking around about a job, I think he said in Japan, and he goes, what about you, Mike? Are you interested in this job? And there's a little chuckle, and Mike says, how about the Texas A&M job? Can I keep this one? And then there was a couple other things he says. And he goes, the decision maker in the Elko household is the one back there, his wife, by the way.
Yeah.
Not the one sitting up here. Basically letting you know, he ain't going anywhere, guys.
Well, if that's the case, everybody needs to find out what kind of flowers Mrs. Elko likes and start sending some over there. But hey, look, Mike, I believe since he's been here, has always been an upfront guy. And whatever he says, you can pretty much feel like he's telling you the truth and all these things. But now, Mike, I hope you're watching. I know you're not, but I hope maybe you'll see the video. Mike, let's just get this straight. Nobody 3 weeks ago wanted you fired here. You were undefeated. You were number 6 in the country. So just so we can put that to bed, nobody wanted you fired.
Actually.
Maybe LSU fans or somebody else wanted him fired, but nobody here.
I think it's the Agnox guys. I think they had a fan on there who did tweet that he wanted Mike fired. There's one guy, and he apologized for that profusely.
Why would anybody with a functional brain want their coach fired with a 4-0 record and a number 6 ranking?
Have you actually ever read any game thread of any team ever? Every quarterback is terrible. Every talk show host is terrible. Every coach is terrible. And now they're the best. Oh, my God, David, that's a great interview. 12 seconds ago, worst question ever, Nuño. It's just how, threads and like our emotions, because it matters so much to us.
Yeah, social media is really a bad thing, I think. Yeah.
That's why I try not to say too much. I look at the 4 quarters, and then I evaluate. Because if how many times have you and I have been talking to each other during a game? And I say this to Olin.
Bipolar.
I am. We fall behind 7-0. I get up, and I go, this is over. God bless. Oh, my God, we're going to be 4-12. That's not even a possibility.
But it's not just you. I can remember being at Ole Miss in 2012, and I won't say who it was next to me. But they're like, everybody remember A&M fell behind.
Yeah.
And dominated the game, but was turning the ball over. And it was in the third quarter, and this guy was saying, every time you start to believe in this program, something. And I kept saying, still a lot of time to go. Still a lot of time to go. And of course, next thing you know, it's Mike Evans pulling the ball over on the sideline, then it's touchdown, and they win the game.
So look, and just if Mike is listening,
Elko or Evans?
Both.
Okay.
But more importantly, Evans. Yes, please. More importantly, Coach Elko, the reason A&M fans are like kind of worried is because what the last 12 months has brought us from a coaching perspective. Buzz left, and I'm very happy that we have Bucky McMillan. Yeah, I'm very excited about him.
Just think Bucky makes millions.
There you go. I'm very excited about Bucky Ball. Yeah. Right? Very, very excited, right?
I'm excited about a coach that wants you to actually make a basket.
And because we're a good family. And I really love what Michael Early means to this program, right? I really I'm very happy. But Schloss leaving has left. Like there's because of the ripple of effects of coaches leaving. I think we're a little guarded. And that's why it was when his name came up with these national reports with Penn State, that's why people were worried.
You know when was the last time an A&M football coach left for another job on his own volition?
Who was it?
Bear Bryant, because Mama called him home.
That's a long time ago.
Since then, Jimbo Fisher left Florida State to come here.
Franchione
left Alabama to come here. Jackie Sherrill left Pitt, which was a national power at the time, to come here.
Yeah.
Because everybody can see what this program can be. And Mike Elko left Duke to come here, and he's on the verge of showing us what, that, or at least realizing that potential.
Well, I think this season could be magical, and I love that he's all in, and hopefully that can put that story to rest. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Of course, we all know what could put to rest all at once.
I'm not going anywhere?
Yeah, all you got to do is, hell no, I'm not leaving.
Yeah, but okay. Do you have to tell the people you're not leaving for Orange Bloods?
I ain't leaving for Orange Blood, folks.
Tiger droppings?
I ain't leaving for Tiger droppings.
They triple your salary.
I'll see y'all. No, I ain't leaving. I'm too old to leave. I am here.
If Tiger droppings calls tomorrow, Olin, we're going to pay you 4 times what you're making now.
Look, I think I can get by on 40. I don't think I need to get by on $40,000 a year. It doesn't matter. I'm good here. In fact, you know what? I'm more like R.C. Slocum. R.C. was once, even after he was fired here and was offered other jobs, he told me, I can't change my colors that easily.
So is that a no?
That's a no. Man, I'm here forever. You guys are stuck with
Orange Bloods offers you 5 times.
No. OB is not going to join OB.
I can guarantee I would not join Orange Bloods for 5 times more. That's a guarantee.
I'm staying.
Good. 19 minutes in. We haven't told the people what show this is.
Well, let's tell them.
This is not Orange Bloods. This is not Tiger Droppings. This is TexAgs Live.
TexAgs Live, brought to you by a gym up guy,
David Gardner's
Jewelers.
Yeah, it's not just David Gardner. It's the whole
everybody,
Jewelers, right?
Julia and everybody.
And we're in the Rollo
Insurance studio.
Thank you for finishing that sentence for me.
Jason Jackson and the boys.
They are just
and girls.
They're not a gem of a. They're just awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And this hour is called the Go Hour.
The Go Hour.
Presented by
The Warehouse at CC Creations.
Yep. And we are currently hanging out in a place that's a little high.
Yeah.
A little royalty.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We call it the Holistic Planning Cool Zone, and we always say it like that: Cool Zone.
It's cool.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's in a zone.
You know, like sometimes when you eat something that's a little too hot, a little soup, because I like soup until Bronny breathes on it, you
got to cool it off.
You got to cool it off. We're cool here. And if you want to be a part of the conversation, you can call us on the
Buppy's Catering and Bartending Hotline.
And they're going to be catering today.
Yeah, we're going to get some
little Cajun food.
Yeah, some etouffee.
Buppy. And by the way, Thanksgiving, if you need them to help you, they'll do it.
Or if there's a graduation party you got coming up and you want a caterer, they can take care of that.
Christmas Eve dinner.
They can do it all.
By the way, Buppy, you and I are having a conversation about Thanksgiving later on today if you're listening.
But if you want to be part of the show, you can call or text at 979-693-1150.
Yeah, you can do that. Shall we go around the room and say hi?
We shall.
We're so late that we shouldn't.
We always
and
do.
Louie
We
will
always
get
are.
mad. Yeah, we are always late. Let's say hi to Nick Savage behind the glass.
Howdy, good morning, y'all.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, so speaking about the environment at Tiger Stadium, I brought this up on the B team yesterday. Think of how quickly that environment, if the Aggies get out to a hot start, you know, they go up 14-0 or something in the first quarter. Think of how the environment flips onto Brian Kelly and the LSU team, right? We saw that with the Fire Napier chants coming out in Florida with their game with Mississippi State. Think of that happening. That's a possibility.
Well, let's hope so. I would love to have my feet up at halftime or just riding because I know the game's over. I don't think that's going to be the case, but
look, SEC.
I don't either.
SEC games are tight.
They are.
That's just what it is. Like the bad teams are in tight games.
There's going to be a lot of fans that are tight as well.
Here's a
tight is an old-fashioned word for drunk.
Oh, is it for us?
Yeah.
Oh. Who needs it more?
LSU needs the game more.
Yeah, I think A&M needs it more.
I think
because I think LSU, they're not going to make the playoffs this year. So
they don't know that yet,
but they feel it.
They know that the walls are closing in.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the Angry Elephant News.
Scoon.
Pardon?
Scoon.
Oh yeah. Scoot over.
He's a Louisianan, you know.
What's up, Scoon?
What's up? Good morning. How are y'all?
You're at the Angry Elephant News and Social Center. We're just ranting and raving.
Yeah.
That's what we do. A lot of gratitude, though, right, OB?
An attitude of gratitude, a magnitude of attitude of gratitude.
Anything else we can say about that?
From whatever longitude or latitude we're at, we still have a magnitude of gratitude and an attitude.
I think we should post that. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to start off with a huge news update. Brian Kelly has confirmed the starting linebacker Whit Weeks has yet to practice his whole entire week, and that's huge news for LSU. Yeah, I mean, he's dealing with that ankle sprain he suffered 2 weeks ago, and he's their leading tackler on their team. So not having him on that defense is a huge blow to that LSU defense.
Yeah, Bernard Gooden, their defensive tackle that was supposed to solve all the problems in the run defense and such, he is questionable with a bruised collarbone, or it must be a really bad bruise.
Yeah, it's not good.
What else do you have?
I had the opportunity last night to go to the Texas A&M inter-squad scrimmage, and I'm going to tell you right now, that was the most fun basketball game I've ever watched in my life, being as an A&M fan. It was 58-47 in 24 minutes of basketball. We did not do that with Buzz Williams, and it was just so fun to watch. And
you said that was the most exciting basketball game you've ever watched?
Yes, it was. I was on the baseline.
Sorry, I missed
It was so much fun.
Many games, have you?
Were you bored for the AC Law shot?
Yeah,
that was for me.
Or even Tyler Davis against Kentucky?
I do remember that.
The comeback?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I was in Oklahoma City when they were down 12 with 33 seconds to go.
Yeah, but I mean, that was a good scrimmage.
When they waxed North Carolina up on their own?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, but it was.
But hey, an inter-squad scrimmage, now that's
exciting.
It's very exciting. But I would say the best part of that scrimmage was after the game. You know, Bucky McMillan came to the middle of the court, got the microphone, and was just so excited that the 12th man showed up, and he was so excited about the season. And I feel like that's very good confidence as a fan. You know, just seeing that our coach is just very excited for it.
All right, we got to hit a break here because we're so late. By the way, Elbert says, money talks and BS walks. The BS is flowing right now. I guess we're doing a lot of BS.
I guess because he's talking money, so he's calling BS on me that I wouldn't leave for a.
I promise I wouldn't leave. I know. I made more money in my last job. I'm not. Yeah.
I got too good a deal with my house.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
So, but you know, if they did offer me, you know, 3 or 4 times, maybe I can, you know, hey, Luch, what can you do for me?
Yeah, you can leverage that, and maybe you can go to the 1775 3 days in a row as opposed to just once a week.
Man, that would be a raise right there. You say, hey, you know, we can't give you any extra money, but when you go to lunch, we got it at 1775. I'd say,
and you can bring one person.
Yeah, heck yeah. You know, sure, David. David on Thursday, Scoot on Friday, somebody else on Saturday. I don't know. Maybe you again. But I mean, you want to make friends. You take them to 1775 barbecue. I think Doc Michael, but actually he takes me sometimes because we're friends, man. You want to sit there and break bread and have great food, all that smoked pork we were talking about, those smoked ribs, that jalapeno cheese sausage, that succulent brisket, that queso mac, the turkey, the turkey. I'm telling you, you want to gobble it up. 1775.
All right. We're so late, so I'm going to tell you the phone number. 979-492-6241. 1775txbbq.com.
It's good.
Hey everyone, it's David and Olin from the Holistic Planning
Cool Zone.
You know, I like when we have the chairs here because I don't feel like I have to do this when we're talking about holistic planning. But they want you to know, TexAgs subscribers, they take care of the TexAgs subscribers.
Oh, absolutely. Take care of everybody.
They want to know that anybody who signs up by November 27, 2025 will receive this awesome offer. If the Aggies beat the Longhorns or win in Austin on November 28, 2025, clients will pay no management fees to Holistic Planning for the entire 2026 calendar year.
That's free.
It's free 99. Actually, just free.
All you got to do is beat Texas. Well, it's not if they beat Texas, it's when they beat Texas.
When. And when you go to holisticplanning.com, you're going to love Holistic Planning. So it is holisticplanning.com. Check out the website and take advantage of this awesome offer. Try to do a super short. Oh, you go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, the song. Talk about the song.
That's 3 Steps by Leonard Skinner. By the way, Ronnie Van Zant and some other members of them, they died in a plane crash on their way to Baton Rouge.
That's right.
Yeah. I think it was like 20 or 40 years ago, like yesterday.
Are you serious?
That happened, yeah.
Oh, my
yesterday,
goodness.
This week, definitely.
Wow, Riley, I don't know if you knew that, playing that, but good times. Not good times, terrible times, sorry.
Good timing.
Yeah, good timing. There you go. TexAgs Live, presented by David Gardner's Jewelers, Rollo Insurance Studio, Go Hour, presented by the Warehouse at CC Creations. Let's do like some speed dating on this segment, all right? But we're going to do Speed Heisman Watch.
Right.
Brought to you by the Shirtlift Law Firm. He's a friend of our company, talking about Hunter, and we trust him with our legal needs. Call Shirtlift Law today when you need your lawyer for business or personal issues. Thank you to Hunter and his crew.
Number 5 on my list, call me biased if you want, but it's Marcel Reed. After he threw for 280 yards and 3 touchdowns last week and ran for another one. Should have had a fifth touchdown accounted for, but a bogus holding penalty called that back. Anyway, Marcel Reed has thrown for 1,770 yards and 15 touchdowns with just 4 interceptions, and has rushed for another 241 yards and 4 touchdowns. Let him run more.
Yeah, let that boy run.
Let him run. Number 4 on my list, who's going to argue with me? Taylor Green.
Oh,
the
my
only
goodness.
argument is maybe he should be higher, but Taylor Green, the Arkansas quarterback, don't hold him responsible for their record. He's the reason they're in games. I know you know this, but he leads the nation in total offense with 2,499 yards. He's passed for 1,910, rushed for 589 last week against A&M, 256 passing and 3 touchdowns, 85 rushing and 2 touchdowns. And he'd have been over 100 if it wasn't for all the sack yardage that he had to take.
Scoon, do me a favor. Research the worst record by a team for a Heisman winner.
That'll be Paul Hornig. In like 1957, Notre Dame was 2-10, and
there you go.
Paul Hornig maybe they were 2-11 or 2-9. They won 2 games all year, and he won it over Jim Brown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they finished the season 2-8.
2-8. Yeah, they played 10 games. So.
Number three on your list. I've seen some predictions that Georgia Tech could be facing A&M at some point in the season.
How about that? Haynes King, and the stats don't boggle your mind, but man, no individual means more to his team's success than Haynes King does for undefeated Georgia Tech. Last week, he passed for 205 yards and rushed for 120 yards and a touchdown in a 27-18 victory over Duke. That was the 3rd game in which he's passed for more than 200 yards and rushed for more than 100. Overall, 1,176 passing yards, 560 rushing yards, and 10 rushing touchdowns.
Great stuff. Number 2 is probably number 2 on my favorite quarterbacks this year.
Yeah, Fernando Mendoza, Indiana, a transfer from Cal. He had his most productive game of the season last week in a 38-13 win over Michigan State. He passed for 332 yards and 4 touchdowns. He has thrown for at least 215 yards in each of the last 6 games. Overall, 1,755 yards passing and 21 touchdowns with 2 interceptions, completing 73.5% of his attempts.
All right, let's do number 1.
Number 1, for now, I've got Ty Simpson, the Alabama quarterback. Last week, 253 yards and 2 touchdowns in that 37-20 win over Tennessee. He's thrown for at least 200 yards in every game. He's completing 70.2% of his passes. He has passed for 1,931 yards and 18 touchdowns and just 1 interception.
He's an example of a team that has gotten better as the year goes on. They have gotten better.
They have. They've had some good wins.
Yep.
Some close wins. And right now, I think if I had to vote today, that's where I'd go.
Yep. Let's hit a break here. We'll come back with Stephen McGee, a little crunch on time. Holidays are creeping up on us, and I mentioned Buppies will take care of you, by the way. Would it be nice to have a stress-free Thanksgiving where the entire family can enjoy delicious meals without sleeping in front of the kitchen? That would be the way to go, is by calling Buppies Catering and Bartending. They'll do it for you. Oven-roasted turkey, cornbread dressing, giblet gravy. Giblet, right? Giblet, same thing. Sweet potato casserole, green bean casserole. They got it all. Call them up, 979-779-6417. Order your holiday feast for Thanksgiving or order ahead for Christmas. Buppies Catering and Bartending will have it done for you, and they'll ready for you to pick up. It is Eat, Drink, Buppies. Ay, qué rico. So football may have to wait until Swope is here because we should have a camera in this studio. Stephen McGee, Paragon Financial, our QB1 here. We should have a camera in here to kind of be able to hear what we talk about during the breaks. So a few minutes ago, we just found out that Olin had an earring in the 90s.
Yeah, it's probably the 90s for about a week.
And then what happened after that, Stephen? What transpired?
Can you tell everybody where you got the
I
earring,
was
first of all?
in Cancun at Senior Frogs, overserved, and they were actually doing earrings, piercings. They were doing ear piercings in the club.
Sanitary.
And it seemed like a good idea at the time. And so I got one, and the next morning I woke up, I thought, yeah, this is stupid. And I thought, you know what? I had a boss at the Statesman, at the American Statesman, where I worked in Austin, and I thought, I'm going to wear it until he notices. And about a week later, he actually noticed. I went, okay, now take it out.
And then we started joking about, Olin, you should do it again in your early 60s.
Yeah.
And somehow
It's not really early.
And somehow we said, I don't know how we got there, but we was like, you should get a sleeve, a tattoo sleeve.
Yeah, like a full left sleeve with an earring in.
Yeah.
And you know, he's been pitching for the Nuño deal, right?
Yeah, the Nuño deal, yeah.
And we're like, well, I don't know. Like, it's got to evolve. It's got to happen. And so the offer has been made. And I believe that we have some form of acceptance.
He says he'll give me $3,500 to get. Who's going to pay for the tattoo?
Okay, we'll do $3,000. I'm not involved.
Okay,
He will. I'm out.
He's
As
saying
my coach used to say, "We."
he's
You have a
saying
frog in your pocket?
$3,500 if I'll get a sleeve tattoo. Now, see, I don't even know how much that would cost.
That might be $1,000 actually. Now I think about it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just guessed.
I bet you all of our friends at TexAgs, everybody pitches in $20. We can cover the cost of the
you
tattoo.
said a sleeve tattoo and an earring, and I get $3,500.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'll do that for $3,500. I'm approaching retirement age. I need every dollar I can get.
Bro.
I can't wait.
Oh my God.
I guarantee you Irma would sign off on it.
What are we going to go
Doesn't
with?
a sleeve take years?
I don't know.
I don't know how that works.
I've never had one.
I don't either. Can someone tell us?
But if
Would love to know.
But hey,
Somebody from the tattoo community call the show 979-693.
$3,500, right?
So just to be clear, you actually will do a sleeve and an earring for Stephen McGee's $3,500.
Yes.
How long do you have to have the earring? Rest of football season?
Honestly, just for the photo with the sleeve tag. You knew with it what you wanted at that point. I don't care. Dude, go with it if you want. Do the Michael Jordan loop. I don't really care.
Hey,
I just want one photo.
I got another idea. Since you guys watched me eat the cake on air, we should have the tattoo in the holistic planning cool zone during the entire show. Yes.
I think it'd probably take longer than an hour.
We could do overtime. We could just have a camera on you all
They
day.
should just show up every Thursday.
Yeah.
and
It'd have to be
do
after
a little-
football season, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
I'm too busy during football season to take, a whole day off. Yeah. Look, if you want to give me $3,500, I can spend the next, hopefully 20 years of my, that I have left to live with a tattoo. Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a super chat. Somebody's already donated $20. I forgot.
I told you.
Perry Hawley
Aggies are
says
crazy.
$20. Get that old man a tattoo.
Let's go. Let's go. Keep pouring it in.
Holy smokes.
Savage, we need you to get a hotline set up back there for our funds.
Yeah.
Let's talk about LSU and A&M,
do a
because I
donate.
guarantee you there's
What's
a lot
that
of
website
guys.
called where you donate money to?
What is it called?
Like a telethon?
No,
like you can
like
do
a
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe.
We're going to set up a GoFundMe
Yeah, do
for
that.
the cost of Olin's tattoo.
Let's talk about.
Hold on.
There's going to be a lot
We
of
got
guys
more
with
coming.
tattoos.
We got a phone call.
I can't wait.
McGee won't be able to hear it, unfortunately,
Here,
unless we can get him a. Well, you got to hear it too, bro.
Yeah, you don't want to.
He's got. Let real quick, and then it's going to be football the rest of the way. I apologize. No, I don't. We're just having fun. Let's go to the Buffy's Catering and Bartending Hotline. Mike, you've got some info on the tattoo, do you?
Yes, sir. So howdy, gentlemen. How y'all doing this morning?
Howdy.
Good. So just a word of advice, $3,500 might get you the sleeve, but that's going to be a couple-hour session. It all depends on what you're actually getting tattooed on you, too.
2 hours, we can do that.
Now, let's
What are your
understand.
ideas of what should be tattooed?
I got to have at least $3,000 in my pocket when this is over with.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah, yeah,
let's be clear.
Yeah, so we're talking about a $6,000 investment. Holy smokes. There better be a bunch of super chats.
So we're saying the full sleeve is 2 hours?
Yeah, our good friend, the legendary Hugh McElroy, just texted me. He just said, Cash App or Zeal.
Yes, Hugh, let's go. There's another 20 by 20, brick by brick. So we can get this done in 2 hours, Mike?
It also depends on the artist, too. I would highly recommend doing your research on a good tattoo artist that's willing to sit there, because you're going to be in the chair for a while.
Well, 2 hours is like a good haircut.
Because that's permanent. That's permanent. So you want somebody who knows what they're doing, and you might be there for a couple hours.
We're not as worried about the quality of it. We just want to eat them arm.
Yeah, true.
Mike, you the man. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you. All right.
Sounds like Mike's probably got a few tats.
Our TexAgs audience has got to know some tattoo artists, so I think we'll be fine. Let's get a football question.
Yes.
And then we can hit a break and do more football.
Yes.
McGee, how concerned / optimistic are you for this game at Tiger Stadium, considering how the defense looked last week and considering how Mike Elko is really good at refocusing a team after some struggles?
Yeah, hopefully it's a healthy reset for the defense. I think it's not a wake-up call, so to speak, but it's like, man, we didn't execute the way we wanted to. New opportunity, new week to set the scene. We know this defense is very capable. I'm not as worried. I mean, Taylor Green is a quarterback. It's that athleticism that he really can escape and make plays that really threatened our defense, right? I think Nussmeier is a quarterback that needs to sit in the pocket and get the ball out on time, but they're just not offense has been very productive this year under pressure. We got to him last year. He creates turnovers. Mm-hmm. I think we match up against LSU's offense a lot better than we did against Arkansas. Arkansas's offense, when they get hot, they're not turning the football over. They're a problem.
Yeah,
we talked about that last week, right?
The thing that worries me about LSU offensively is, say what you want. Nussmeier has talent. I know you like it. And look at their receivers, man. They got some receivers that if you miss a tackle, it's gone. They had a guy last week against Vanderbilt.
Xavier Thomas.
Thomas.
Yeah.
They missed one tackle. It was a 62-yard touchdown. Trey Green, 6'7". Aaron Anderson had a huge game last year against A&M. And Barry Brown, the Kentucky transfer, is the fastest one of all.
Yep.
Hey, let's hit a break. I do want to say this. Chip from Catalyst just said that if you get a Catalyst sleeve, he'll pay for it. So
wait, a cat?
Like the logo.
It's done. Catalyst it is. That's it. Get the can. Can we get the full can on this?
I'm a walking, living billboard.
Hey, we can get everybody involved. David and Gardner's Jewelers.
Favorite flavor.
It'll make my arm look like a NASCAR suit with every sponsor.
Put Paragon Advisors on there.
Please. And please, on the inside of the arm, the calories for me, so that way I can see the nutritional.
Swope Ranch Real Estate.
I'll put that one on my ass.
Hey, there's a prize for everything, isn't there? Let's go.
James Ellis said that you do need to get a tramp stamp. Just saying.
Yes.
All right. We're moving on. All right. Caldwell Country Chevrolet, Highway 21 in Caldwell, online at caldwellcountrychevrolet.com. They also have a logo if you're thinking about a tattoo. But if you're a business owner and you're ready to take your operation to the next level, Caldwell Country Chevrolet has expanded their selection of commercial vehicles, and they're going to meet your everyday needs. And they have all the trucks you can imagine, from the service body trucks to the heavy-duty flatbeds, the medium-duty trucks. They have it all. And their pricing's fantastic. Their trade-in value is great. And, of course, that customer service is second to none. Remember, it's about a 15-minute drive, the edge of Bryan to the beginnings of Caldwell. A short conversation away, but you'll see the difference when you step on the lot and do business with the great people, Caldwell Country Chevrolet. Highway 21 in Caldwell, online, caldwellcountrychevrolet.com. Hey guys, David Nuño here to talk about our new partners with EventPipe. They are a leader in hotel booking technology, and now they're giving you a chance to support Aggie student athletes every time that you travel. Thanks to their partnership with United and EventPipe, whether you're heading into a game, a business trip, or family vacation, every room that you book comes with cash back in the pockets of Aggie athletes. That's a wonderful deal. And with EventPipe, you'll get discounted hotel rates up to 20% lower than the major travel sites, while enjoying a fast, easy booking process. They've even created Presto, EventPipe's quick launch booking solution. It lets organizations build branded hotel sites powered by live hotel inventory, making it simple to book the perfect stay. So next time you want to book a trip, do it the smart way with EventPipe and support Texas Aggies NIL through United. Visit their website, tau.eventpipe.com. Time for a little buy, sell, hold, brought to you by Aggie-owned Paragon Financial Advisors. If you want financial guidance that truly puts you first, visit paragon-adv.com. All right, gentlemen, coaches under most pressure the rest of this season.
Yep.
Okay? Brian Kelly.
Okay.
Brent Venables.
All right.
And I'm going to give you another one, which will surprise you. Kalen DeBoer.
I would say
you go.
I would say most is Brian Kelly, and then Brent Venables, and then Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah, I agree with you. Brian Kelly, what's his buyout? That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah, I don't know right off the top of my hand. I'm sure it's
Alex
substantial.
is looking it up right now.
But I know this: they went all in with this transfer portal and spent a lot of money, and they've said, "Hey, this is the year." And he's actually, of course, last year he talked about at SEC Media Days last year. Hey, my third year is always, or my fourth year, whatever it was always, big year. And this year he was almost promising a lot.
$52 million.
$52 million. They demand so much, and then they're losing some patience with Venables, so he's second. I think DeBoer. I'm not saying they like it. I got to believe the people in charge of his actual employment are more level-headed thinking than the fan base that thinks, hey, you're supposed to be the same as Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Right?
Let me throw another one in there.
Yeah.
Hugh Freeze.
Yeah, Hugh Freeze.
He's going to lose his job. He may lose it this week.
He may be number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some good jobs that are going to open up.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's a problem for us. But
why is that a problem for us?
Well, everybody wants Elko.
Everybody wants a taste of success. Yeah. Right? And A&M's had success this year, and it's like it's the recency bias. Who's had the most success this year? Indiana locked their guy up. The new guy on the scene is A&M.
Now here's the question.
30 plus years.
Here's my question.
They're going to try to poach guys, right? Which is natural.
Do you pull what you did with Jimbo and say, okay, and it was premature with Jimbo, and let's sweeten the deal, Mike. We want to sweeten the deal to keep you here. Do you do that?
I'd like to get through November.
Yes. See if A&M can avoid putting that no in November.
Yeah, I think that's wise.
But I love Elko, and I want him to be the guy. So
I think he's going to get a pay raise no matter what.
Yeah.
How you substantiate that, I think, to your point, is the November side. I think the guarantees are what's going to scare anybody. But if I'm Elko, I'm sitting here wanting the guarantees, right? And I'm going to leverage any offer I get from outside schools and say, hey, this is the guarantee I have on the table. Take it or leave it. Now, the advantage we have is obvious, no state income tax. That's a big pay increase.
Yeah.
So,
and they got a lot of boosters that can, because you got guys that'll give them $3,500 just for some, say for some guy to say he's going to get a tattoo. You got plenty of money to throw at a football coach.
After that tattoo, I could just see Elko taking your first question at the press conference.
What if I just got like a portrait of Elko tattoo?
Oh yeah, like a big Mike Elko.
Oh my gosh,
pounding some.
I saw a guy in
Mountain Dew
Alabama
cans.
with a whole portrait of Bear Bryant on his back.
Let's hit a break here.
That's good.
Obi, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. We'll come back with Ryan Swope and Stephen McGee next on TexAgs Live. And we're back here on TexAgs Live, presented by David Gardner's Jewelers, Rollo Insurance Studio. We got Ryan Swope and Stephen McGee here in studio. Brought to you by Duck Camp. Whether you're hunting for birds at sunrise or flipping burgers before kickoff, Duck Camp's got you covered this fall. Check it out at duckcamp.com. built for the outdoors and designed for everything else. Football talk now, gentlemen.
Yeah.
What's up, Swope?
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
We're good, man.
Yeah?
We're good.
Both of you guys looking really good. Look at that. I like it. I like that.
Thank you. Thanks to Duck Camp.
Yep. All right. So Death Valley. Swope, your thoughts on a place that you've played before? It's very difficult. You never played there?
I've never played there.
They played here
They
that year.
played here that
That's
year,
right.
unfortunately.
You've seen enough games there.
Yeah, I've seen this team a bunch. And I've obviously heard stories going in there. It's just a daunting task. It's very hard to go in there and get a W. But I think our football team, we've got a hell of a football team. Offense is clicking and just need to clean up a few things on defense. But overall, I think we're up for the test. I think Coach Elko is going to have our team ready to play. I think that he's, I've got full faith in what he's doing with this team. And I think we're catching LSU at a good time because I feel like there's some disconnect over there right now. And, they're not who we thought they were.
There you go. They're not who you thought. Where's that line?
There was Dennis Green.
Green, that's it.
Yeah. I think it's when he was with the Arizona Cardinals, not the Vikings, I think. Yeah.
That's a great line.
Talking about the Chicago Bears.
Viking kids in the game this weekend?
Yeah, fine.
Can you imagine? Hey, what's your price tag? Speaking of, goodness gracious.
I wouldn't.
Any Aggie going to the game is valiant. I mean, I've heard.
I know. I've heard stories too.
Yeah.
So speaking of the defense, this is what Elko said yesterday on his show, the football show. In terms of defense, there's no big moment. Those kids walk into the locker room after the game, and before I say anything, they're already talking about how that's not acceptable. Everybody knows. He's talked about it's been a great week and refocus and not. I expect to be a much better defensive performance from the Aggies for two reasons. A, what just happened, and B, because LSU's not Taylor Green. They're not that offense.
Yeah, I think the element of the quarterback being able to escape those pressures, we did, I think, exactly what we expected, which is try to pressure him, but we couldn't contain him. And they couldn't get off the blocks to get after the quarterback, and then it left holes open downfield when he did escape. He did a good job. Those kind of quarterbacks, when you allow them to use their legs to have an impact on the game, it can be, as we saw, a long day at the office. You've got to force those guys to play football in the pocket, and we just weren't able to do that consistently, and that's a tribute to that guy. I mean, he's a heck of an athlete. He can run.
Dude, that guy's good, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna be next level good, I think.
You think he's an NFL player?
I do.
Well, OB put him in his Heisman
list. He's fast, man. Yeah. He could throw the ball and he can extend plays. And also, I think seeing a guy like that, I think it'll be the best quarterback we've seen all year.
You know who he reminds me of is a poor man's Vince Young.
Yeah,
100%.
A lot.
That's a great
with Vince. And then, man, how about the toughness he had to the ankle? Like that deal was
smoked.
And then obviously he's running around making plays, and it has to be in his mind, like, man, my knee, my ankle, whatever. So, look, Nussmeier's a good football player. We've talked a lot about him. Their offense hasn't clicked this year. They've not put up a lot of production. He's kind of seemed frustrated. There's been some sideline conflicts with Brian Kelly. Not to say that that's uncommon, but it feels like this is the type of matchup where we do well, right? Our defense can exert that pressure up front because he is going to be confined in the pocket. He's not going to be a guy that really can escape. And so Cassius Howe has got to eat, right? Onyedum's got to eat. Hayes got to eat. We got to be able to be very productive. And I think what killed us last week defensively was we were not good enough on first and second down, right? The strength of our defense is what? Third downs. We're the best in the country on third down. That's when Mike Elko can dial it up in predictable passing situations. If you get an offense in third and long, you're not going to beat A&M, right? We know we're going to win there. So the key is to be very good on first and second to force their offense into third and long. That's when our defense.
And part of the reason they gave up a couple third downs last week on third and long was because Taylor Green's escapability.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Extended plays. We just got to feel like we weren't fitting the holes.
Yeah.
Just maybe some sloppy tackling here and there. But it happens. Look, you face a guy like that. He can extend plays with his legs. And, I have full faith in Coach Elko and what they're doing in practice this week to make sure that doesn't happen again. So, offensively, man.
Yeah.
We looked impressive. Marcel probably played one of his best games I've seen him play.
Yeah.
Throwing 3 touchdowns, running for 1.
Really
he
had
looks
another
comfortable too, and I feel like he's going through his progressions. He's not just a dual threat. I felt like he did a good job of, which you can obviously hash on this a lot better than I can, but I felt like he just looks more comfortable. And I'll tell you what, man, that dude is fast, man. He's got some wiggle. He can roll, and I think he's getting hot. And he's getting comfortable, and I think he'll have a good big game this weekend.
I love that he's been able to use his legs a lot more and exert that on the defense, right? As much as they want to say this, he's not a pocket passer. They don't want him in the pocket. His legs is a huge part of what this offense can do and will do moving forward. And we saw that last week. I mean, the impact. And I would expect LSU to have a lot of the same DNA defensively of single high man. I think Florida was the exception to the rule where they're playing a lot of double, coverage, but split safety looks. And, everybody else that we played in the SEC has done what? Single high, man-to-man, and pressure. Mm-hmm. They want to load the box up and force us to make throws. Two biggest plays of the game, obviously the 4th and 1, E.J. Smith. I mean, that dude, how about that
I love watching him run. Yeah,
he's the closest thing to Le'Veon.
So I watched him last year, and I was like, okay, he's okay.
Yeah,
that dude has been dominant. I mean, it's a different player this year.
He is.
And he can wiggle. He's downhill, north and south.
I had him in studio yesterday.
He got relegated to 5th string, and there's a true freshman in front of you. It'd been easy to just turn it in.
Oh,
right?
100%, man.
And that guy just stayed ready for his opportunity. That's the biggest thing that I love about his story is that he just stayed ready. When his number was called, he delivered. And then how about Bethel Roman?
I was going to say, Bethel Roman,
that was a coming out party for him.
You love to see it. I mean,
that was the biggest, that 2nd down and 10 completion versus man.
Huge.
We're 3rd and 10, backed up.
It won the game.
Yeah,
Mike Elko said it.
Yeah, if we didn't get that play, we're looking at 3rd and 10, up only 3, and they have not been stopped the whole game.
That's huge, man.
I think that and the 4th and 1 from EJ, right? Those
100%.
are the two plays that really changed the game.
Yeah.
And speaking of EJ, I did an interview with him here in studio yesterday on the Huddle. Check it out. Just a really nice kid. Like I'm really happy for his success. That running back room in general, though, guys. Like Le'Veon goes down, you think, we've barely seen Amari Daniels, and we know how good he is too, right? Like, so they've got options back there.
They do, and we're blessed. And we talked about this last week. If there's going to be an injury at a position, you obviously would probably pick running back. Just because Ruben Owens has been phenomenal.
God, he's been good.
Morrow's been really good for a young guy. Amari Daniels seems to be the dependable veteran guy that they want in there on 3rd downs whenever you get those exotic looks that you can trust in pass pro. And I think some of the things you don't see on the stat line is him stepping up and making really good blocks when they do pressure. That's a big deal, right? I've often said, the measure of a good running back is not just when the ball's in his hands, but how good are you when the ball's not in your hands?
100%.
That unselfish play. You got to have a guy that can do it both.
Yeah, I feel like they're just meshing really well. And do we have any status on Le'Veon?
It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. But how about a coach who says 4th and 1? Not only will he go for it,
I love it,
but you get it, right? Because there's a couple of times last year where we didn't get it. So if you watch that Texas-Kentucky game, you're like, what are we doing here, Kentucky? You have a chance to win. You try to jump over that wall. But for A&M this year, it has been successful, and they believe it's going to be successful.
100%. But I think Coach Klein's dialing it up, and I think Elko is comfortable with what he's got going on. And so when you get that level of comfort from, to a defensive mind guy that, obviously is the head honcho, but then he kind of hands that duty over to Colin to make some of those big calls, and they feel good about their offense, and they're clicking and grooving. It's contagious, and you can feel it. Special teams, defense, offense, everybody gets going when you start believing, and it gives you confidence to go for it on 4th and 1, and you keep getting it and converting. It extends drives, and it wears down defenses, and ultimately that's what wins football games.
I think it speaks volume about the offensive line too.
100%.
We haven't talked a lot about them. The offensive line has been probably the MVP of this football. I mean, they've been phenomenal. They're both in pass pro and then running the football. I mean, we're probably top 20 rushing offense, I'm going to guess, and just the production. How many negative plays have we had? I don't know if there's a ranking or if they rank that, but I would venture to believe that we're one of the fewest in negative plays. And one of Marcel's, question marks in the passing game is just timing, right? Like, can you get the ball out on time? And so what does that say about your offensive line? A quarterback that's not just back there, boom, boom, dishing it out quick. They're not giving up a bunch of sacks, right? And we're throwing the ball downfield, right? Which is speaks even more volumes about how, I mean, that's hard to hold up. And in this conference,
100%, dude.
And then to be able to run the football the way we have, and then our tight end group, we don't talk a lot about tight ends. I get it. It's not necessarily, those position groups aren't like super sexy, but on third down, 4th and 1, 3rd and 1, when you have tight ends that you can put in the game and you feel confident that they can win the line of scrimmage too and execute, we get in like wing T formation.
It opens up.
There's a lot that says, hey, we believe our guys are going to win the one-on-one.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the offensive line because you look at a couple of the teams that A&M has to play on the road this year. LSU this weekend, Texas at the end of the year. Part of their issues start with their offensive line not gelling. And that's really been the difference for A&M, right? Marcel's got time to go through his reads. Arch doesn't have as much time. Their running game is struggling. Same thing with LSU. They've had some problems with that offensive line. And that's what happens when you have a bunch of young players moving up to the offensive line, or you have a complete transfer portal overhaul on your offensive line. A&M has been able to kind of homegrown and pick pieces to their offensive line.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you win these games up front. I mean,
100%.
We all talk about
every week
the sexy positions, quarterback, wide receiver. We all want to talk about Ryan Swope and what a difference maker he is and how they can't play, 10 dogs. He's going to eat them alive. At the end of the day, you win SEC road games and just SEC games in general up front. Offensive, defensive line got to eat. It's going to be the difference in this football game. Keeping Marcel on his feet.
Yep.
Huge.
It's a dogfight.
And then Cassius Howell and those guys, they got to eat.
Got to put pressure on the quarterback. But 100%.
At the end of the day, success is what will make us like a coach or dislike a coach, right? But I would not want my kids to play for Brian Kelly. I don't know, like there's something about him that I don't like. Okay, sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. I don't know if you heard that. I heard it.
But for the most of his career, he's been ultra successful, right? But I feel like it's kind of like Jimbo, right? Like when Jimbo was successful, people loved him. The moment it started not being as successful, then you start picking out things that you don't like. I think that's part of what's going on with Brian Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan either. Look, he's had a lot of success. He's a good football coach. He's been there. He's won big games. He's beaten ranked teams. So he knows what he's doing. I think the thing that bothers me is in his press conferences, I feel like there's some blame. Instead of, I think Coach Elko does a great job of taking full responsibility of anything that, a loss or things that we need to do better, or, we're not practicing the way we should be. And he accepts that blame and he takes it. Whereas I think Coach Kelly he deflects a little bit in a way.
I agree. I think it's very well said. Yeah, I think he throws a little shade directly at people that didn't perform.
Or he fights back the media or questions the question that's being asked, which I just think Coach Elko, you get what you see with that guy.
Right.
Straightforward, honest,
100%.
Loves ball. He's going to be I'll stand up for my team all day long.
I know. Go play for that guy. Dude, I would play for that guy in a heartbeat, man.
He's the best.
Let's go back to Nuss for a moment, Garrett Nussmeier. Last year when they played here at Kyle Field, in the first half, I wrote on my game notes because I write down every play. This is the best quarterback A&M's faced this year.
I know.
In the second half, this guy's terrible, right? There are moments.
What was the difference, though?
Pressure.
Yeah.
Pressure was the difference.
Pressure's an amazing thing, right?
It really is. He dealt with that last week.
Tom Brady's the same way. I mean, you get pressure on Tom Brady. He's the best quarterback ever to do it, but you dial it up around his feet and you're hitting him. And
how did the Giants beat him? Pressure.
Pressure. I'm telling you, man. No quarterback wants that. It's a hard environment. That's why you got to win the game, offensive and defensive lines. He sits back there and can just pick you apart. He will.
Are you a believer in when there's pressure, having some stallions out there get open? I mean,
you better have some quick answers.
Right.
Like guys that can win.
Or they know the game. I mean, just Mr. Dependable.
Yeah.
Like who's hot and that guy that you go to when you're feeling pressure.
You know what Elko's going to do? He's going to pressure. He's going to. He's going to press those guys in the line of scrimmage and play man-to-man, single high. And you're looking at getting the ball out of his hands quickly. You're going to throw a fade. It's one-on-one. Man-to-man, or it's slant routes. You just got to make the play. It's going to be tight window, contested catch, and mano-a-mano. And look, so far, A&M's defense has done pretty well in those scenarios, other than the first two drives against Florida. But
I want to ask you about the defense because beyond Taylon Green, one of the things that stood out to me last week was they didn't tackle as well as they've been tackling all season long. right? There was, and maybe they were thinking about Taylor Green. I don't know, but
that running back's pretty good too, though.
He is really good.
They're fast. I mean, there's a difference of like the
Except in
athleticism.
Arkansas?
Yeah, Arkansas game specifically.
Yes. Those guys were good, man.
I mean, he's not Jackson Arnold, that's for sure, right? I mean, it's just a harder guy to bring down. I mean, he can escape the pocket. I don't know what he runs, but I bet he's fast.
4'4".
Yeah,
Sub 4'4".
How big is he? 6'5"?
He's a big old dude.
You know, so he can cover some ground, and then, you know, that running back is a dynamic player too. The UTSA back, we talked a lot about. I mean, he was a good football player too.
Dominant, yeah.
And he made plays against us. So I mean, good football players are going to make plays, and there's a reason why they're good, though.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we did miss tackles. We didn't take great angles, but that's what those fast guys do is they force you to take great angles when you're beat. But yeah, it's safeties. I mean, there's a play right there where you guys got to take a winning angle as a safety, right? There's a difference between a 20-yard explosive run and a 100 or 75-yard house.
Yeah. Well, then you also got to remember that's Bobby Petrino over there dialing it up, which that dude, when we played him, I mean, he just knows how to score.
Yeah.
He's a genius when it comes to
he really
offensive
is.
play calling.
Like
he
is.
is. He knows football. And so
They had some big play opportunities that hit Tutty early on 4th and 1.
How about his time clock management at the end of the game, though?
Yeah, not great.
No.
That was a little
He
embarrassing.
was already on his motorcycle getting out of there.
Last thing for you guys. We had Terry Bussey at the podium a couple days ago. He wasn't at the podium. We interviewed him at the practice facility. I keep thinking he's going to have that day. He's going to have a day because Ashton Bethel-Roman had his day. Obviously, Cravers had days. KC has days. I feel like we're going to... Do you guys agree that there's going to be one of these games where we see the potential of Terry Bussey realized?
100%. I mean, I think it goes back to just whenever your number's called, be ready to take advantage of it. And, I mean, there's so many weapons on the field right now, so your opportunities are definitely marginal and smaller than, I mean, because we've got, man, the depth of receiver, I hadn't seen this kind of depth in a long time.
Yeah.
And you could talk it could be some of the best we've ever seen. So when his number's called, is he going to step up? I think he will. I think he's ready. He's been out there. He's got experience. He's got speed. So I look forward to seeing it.
He had a big game this year against what, UTSA? Or
Yeah, it was early on. Yeah, he had
a pretty good game, and he had some big plays on special teams too. And I think that's the impact he can really have. We don't talk about special teams, but you win that field position battle 100%. In a game like this, it's big. You know, you get a 40-yard return, that matters. I mean, that's almost guaranteeing points. And so, for me, the impact that he could have on special teams is probably going to be far more than necessarily at wide receiver. Not to say he can't make plays at wide receiver, but
it's a good problem to have. I mean, there's just so many weapons on this offense. So you got to take full advantage of your opportunities when they come.
By the way, I love the jet sweeps that they do.
I do too.
Yeah. They're working.
Timely.
Yeah.
They're very timely.
Gentlemen, thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, we're talking. Well, gig 'em, by the way.
Yeah, gig 'em.
That was awkward by me. Let's talk about Heritage Films and Olin Buchanan. When we tell his story about working at the Austin American Statesman and working here at the Eagle and his move to TexAgs and his time at Rivals. Well, we got to talk about when he got the first tattoo in the 90s, right? Like his Heritage Film will tell that story. And then fast forward 30 years later in the studio. And like, how did this old man get a sleeve tattoo?
Heritage Films can bring to life the story of Olin Buchanan, and then we can document that on his sleeve.
Yes. Oh, wow. Yeah. Every part of that story on his sleeve. And that's what Heritage Films does. They tell people's origin stories, even Olin's tattoo origin story. What you need to do is go to yourheritagefilm.com, yourheritagefilm.com. Call them up, 713-893-8341, 713-893-8341. It is Heritage Films. One of my favorites here in the studio, Gerrod Chadwell, the number 5 Texas A&M women's golf team erased a 7-stroke deficit to win the Jim West Challenge by 1 shot over Florida State. Let's chat about that and how the fall's gone. How are you, sir?
Doing good, neighbor.
Yeah. It's been a fun fall for you all.
We've had a really good fall. It's as fast as it goes. You forget that it feels like Pebble Beach was last year at some point, but it was really just a month and a half ago. But we've won multiple times and in different fashions, so that's really neat to see. Is domination coming from behind, winning something tight. So we're still learning about them, and I think we still got room to get better, which is the exciting part.
Yeah, let's talk about the comeback, because I'm curious what kind of conversations are said, like in your mind. Hey, this is a realistic deficit. Like we can do it, or is it like, hey, just 1 stroke at a time? Like, well, how do you kind of coach them through that?
Yeah, I think I think most coaches would say, man, we just try and know our team better than anybody else. So being around them, seeing what our struggles were starting that week, we identified that in the practice round and kind of gave them a heads up, hey, this is going to be our challenge. And we just didn't get off to a good start on Sunday, but made the adjustments needed to have a really good round Sunday afternoon. We played 36 holes that day to give us a chance on Monday, because if we don't play well that afternoon, it's probably too much of a deficit to overcome. But what had happened was a cold front came through, and we played the practice round in certain conditions that totally switched opposite. So you're really playing a new golf course in a way. But then the final round, it was what the practice round was, and we really turned it loose and got off to a great start, which we told them we needed to, and they kept the pedal down. Our back nine was probably what sealed the deal for us.
Hot start. Kata, was it 4 birdies to start?
Yeah, that's it was funny. We had our fundraiser 2 weeks ago and brought the young ladies up, and they had to say something about their teammate and introduce themselves, and Kata was the first one. And I just said, the one thing that I know about Kata is I can always count on her when the chips are down. And she had that round last year, final round of the regionals, shot like 66, I think. And so I think you're now starting to see what everybody thought she was coming in. Her freshman year, she struggled probably with expectations and being in a veteran group. But now you see the junior side of Kata, that when everything's on the line, you're going to get her best.
Yeah. And then there was, holes 10 through 13 that got interesting?
Yeah. That's the toughest part of the golf course. And luckily, with our start, we were on the front side where you can really get some things going and try and ride that through. But yeah, 10, 11, 12, 13 were really tough holes. I think we kind of weathered the storm there, but we played 16, 17, 18 marvelously. B had a chance. B and Kata both had a chance. I think a young lady from Houston made an eagle late that really provided enough separation. But it was funny because the way it started and the golf course was so spread out, the Florida State coach hugged me and said, congratulations. I was like, there's still golf to be played over on the other side with the other young ladies, 1, 2, and 3. And Luis had made a mistake that made it really tight. And then they had a young lady bogey her last hole that really probably was the difference really on the scoreboard. But it's just wild in team golf. So much can happen when you're counting 4 scores on every hole. So, it's a one-shot win is still a win.
And then you all are deep. It's 3 different lineups to win 3 different tournaments.
3 different lineups, 3 tournaments. And Sky, Sky played as an individual, which means she competes for an A&M, but her score counts unattached to the team, and had a great week. I think it was almost a top 15. And she's been out of the lineup in that spot, but has played great, and it'll be a big factor for us going forward. So it's nice. In our sport, it's really hard to have that competitive depth because with so many places to play, people are going to go find a spot to play through the portal. So it's luckily they still choose A&M through all that. And I think, we're qualifying today for Baylor, even after a team win, and I think it's just going to make us better.
So football, their whole mantra is, and motto is the finish, right? Yep. Finish the fourth quarter, finish the season. Yep. You all are finishing these rounds.
Yep.
It's a very similar mindset.
Absolutely. And, we had a long team meeting yesterday of just, all right, how can we help you get better and learn through a win? Because we could really rest on our laurels. But it's not coach speak. I don't know if we've beat anybody yet. The fields we've seen are somewhat similar. We haven't seen a lot of the schools on the West Coast. So, our spring schedule is really, really, really challenging. And so we're just reminding them, hey, going into this next 2 months of quote unquote what is called our off season, we still got a lot of ways that we can get better. But thankful for the way they're gelling together. And it's tough showing up when you're the team that's supposed to win and they still get it done. So we thought that was possible, but to see them pull it off was really cool.
How about, you mentioned Vanessa earlier, but just her consistency.
And, now she's putting herself in position to win a tournament on the back nine almost every week. And she would tell you, like, Vanessa played phenomenally at San Marcos, but just didn't putt it that well. Hit a lot of good putts that just didn't go in, which is kind of the nature, unfortunately, of our game. Just because you hit a good shot doesn't mean it always works out. But her growth, her maturity, how she handled herself in those moments, I think is only going to speak well for her. Just being a sophomore, it's crazy to see her growth in just really a year and a half of, man, that kid can really play some golf.
Let's talk about Baylor.
One day. So we're going over. We'll play Tuesday over at Ridgewood in Waco. It's the host side of a NCAA regional, which is where we need to go play well to go to the national championship. If we continue to have the year that we're having, we'll probably be pretty high seed there. So this gives us a preview of that golf course, and all the young ladies will play. So we'll take all 9 over there. So it's going to be nice to see them compete as we go into our off-season segment and to be able to see ways of helping them get better.
Close out with this. Yep. I think Coach Elko talked about touching the stove. Like sometimes you don't really until you. And I feel like maybe your team is experiencing something similar where, look, you'd rather have a teachable moment in a win.
Yep.
But you're having the success, and you have these things you can point at. Look, we fell in this deficit, and look how we climbed out of it. Is that been a good teachable moment?
Absolutely, and maybe it's just little things. It doesn't have to be with a group like that. It doesn't have to be. We don't have to go changing things to get better. It's just little coachable moments that I feel like our bunch is still coachable. I think that's the hard thing. I heard Coach Saban say the other day something that was just so on the money, and even Coach Sampson said something at Big 12 Media Days. Like, it's just. Everything is so transactional now in this world of trying to help these young women and young men. We're still an educational institution, and so they're still learning to be involved. And so, as long as we have jobs, we're still coaching them. It doesn't mean you're bad at something. It's just we're trying to coach you and help you through it. So I still think we have a group that's willing to learn and listen and encourage each other and know that just because they don't play this week doesn't mean they don't play for the rest of the year. And we just want to continue to kind of fan that into flames. And so hopefully that carries us through a very tough spring and we get to compete for something bigger than just the Jim West Challenge come April or May.
Coach Chadwell, thank you very much.
Thank you. Gig 'em.
When we come back, Josh Pate will join us. Right now, Twin Liquors, Texas family owned since 1937. They're your local home for wine, spirits, and good vibes. Celebrate every sip. Twin is here to help you for all those moments that do matter. Take advantage of simple online ordering when you order at twinliquors.com or get your cocktail fixings and wine delivered with DoorDash or Favor. And they have the deals of the week there at Twin Liquors. Every Thursday, a fresh selection of items offered at a fantastic price. Shop those deals in-store and online. And they also have an excellent selection of wine and spirits, but they also have these in-store events. Visit twinliquors.com/events to find the event nearest you. And wine lovers, this is for you. The Twin Liquors BOGO wine sale is here. Buy one bottle of wine and get the second one, identical bottle, for $2. That amazing sale is available in-store only on select wines now through October the 25th. It is Twin Liquors. I wish I had Olin here for it because he loves energy drinks. Catalyst Citrus Spark. This is one of the new flavors out there. Whether you're grinding through workouts, cramming for a test, or closing in on a deal, or getting ready for TexAgs Live, you never know, right? Fast becoming the go-to fuel for Aggies everywhere. Zero sugar, I'm all in for that. Or synthetic sweeteners, no artificial colors or flavors. Catalyst delivers clean, high-performance energy with smooth, crisp taste that is never syrupy, designed for both health and hustle. You want to get going? You use this Catalyst right here. It's about pure energy and pure results. And what sets them apart? Packed with premium nootropics blended to boost focus, clarity, and mental stamina. I need this. I'm in, guys. I'm in. Plus, with plant-based caffeine, vitamin B12, B6, Catalyst supports metabolism and energy production, making it more than a drink. It's your lifestyle training partner. Built for competitors on the field, Catalyst fuels strength, focus, and pure results. Buy now at drinkcatalyst.com. That is drinkcatalyst.com. Train harder, think sharper, pure results. It's Catalyst. All right, we are back, TexAgs Live. Time for our weekly conversation with Josh Pate, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. They want to honor the military and first responders for all that you do. And from October 19th through November the 11th, they're showing their thanks with 10% off at your local Academy store and online at academy.com/discount. Exclusions do apply. And with that, we go to the Puppy's Catering and Bartending Hotline. Josh Pate. Josh, my audience was a little freaked out on Tuesday. They're like, what? No Josh Pate? But you're here on a Thursday.
It's scary stuff, David. It's the Halloween season. It's scary stuff. I just figured on a week like this, we've got an undefeated A&M sitting in the top 5, even of the commissioner's poll. We got a big game Saturday going into Death Valley at night. Brian Kelly, 20-1 in that environment as head coach, one of the few glowing stat lines that he has left going into this week. I just thought maybe instead of 96 hours away from the game, we should talk 48 hours away from the game. I just feel like it was right this week.
I think it feels right. So, okay, there's a lot of different angles I want to go. There's been a lot on social media, and maybe because of the stuff I click on when it's not clicking on fitness or politics, there's been a lot of stuff about A&M, people trying to poke holes. I just saw a tweet a moment ago. I did this power rankings, and A&M, every team they're playing the rest of the year is like 11th on my power rankings. Like their schedule's soft and this and that, and they're avoiding teams. What do you say that about A&M's schedule so far and what's still ahead?
I would say who cares to everything you just said. I do my own power ratings, and only just this past week did A&M jump Texas. Okay, so you think I've looked at that computer model over the past few weeks and thought less of A&M because the model would favor one? I don't care. I look at the product on the field and what you and I have talked about like half a dozen times already this year, the ways in which they can win, the multitude of ways in which they can win. Okay, that's a good thing. That's a plus. I don't have to worry about complacency because they haven't won anything. I think another thing that's going to happen down the stretch here, which has already been happening, is you'll have a lot of people try and poke holes in a sense of rumoring Mike Elko for other jobs. So you're going to have to deal with that noise as well. And all of it doesn't mean anything as long as you keep winning games. So I don't know of any winner out there who has ever dealt with a noise-free environment as they get closer and closer and closer to their goals, whether it be Atlanta, whether it be the college football playoff, or even before that, whether it be Saturday night in Baton Rouge or towards the end of the year. You guys play Texas in College Station. You go to Austin, right?
Go to Austin.
Yeah, so every step of the way that's going to happen, that is a privilege. Now, it's a detriment if you can't block it out, but it's a privilege. Like, imagine the alternative here. I know I sound like Elko a little bit, but imagine the alternative. The alternative is nobody's talking about you. Like South Carolina. No one's talking about South Carolina right now. No one's talking about Florida except who are they going to hire as the replacement coach? They didn't get the job done. They're talking about A&M. That's a very, very good thing. Now you get to find out, or maybe the doubters get to find out, whether what they've always thought about that program is right and A&M will fumble an opportunity, or whether people like us are right, that just because something has been doesn't mean it's always going to be.
I want to follow that up with, when we're talking about schedule, also when you take on teams. So Auburn, to me, was desperate when A&M played them because they got hosed, right?
Yep.
Florida was desperate because their season was on the line against A&M. Arkansas was emotionally charged because this was Bobby Petrino's first game at home, and you know that offense is amazing. And now they're taking on a desperate LSU team because their season, their playoff aspirations really come down to this weekend and then the following after their bye week against Alabama. So to me, it also matters when you play these teams, Josh.
Yeah, you're talking about one of my biggest pet peeves in college football. I am a believer in defining the value of a game, defining the value of a win when it happens, and very, very rarely retroactively changing the value of that game. Take Penn State, Oregon, okay? If anyone's calling you an Aggie homer for making this point or calling me an SEC homer, all right, we'll take Penn State, Oregon as an example. Oregon goes to Penn State. Oregon beats Penn State in overtime. They kill Penn State as a team. Penn State subsequently goes on to lose to UCLA. They lose to Northwestern. James Franklin gets fired. You can look at this one of two ways. You can either look and retroactively say, oh, it turns out Oregon didn't play a good team that night. Or you could properly understand, no, Oregon played a really good team that laid its life out on the field and lost and was dead, and Oregon's the reason they died. Oregon's the reason they look like they did the rest of the year. Therefore, I'm still going to give Oregon a ton of value for that win. I fall into the latter category, but a lot of people, and it's mainly when they need to anecdotally prop up an argument, fall into the former category. Because you are absolutely spot on, which is why you want to play these teams that are going to end up with bad records. You play them later in the year when they know they're bad, and when they have nothing left to play for. That is a different galaxy than playing those teams at the beginning of the year. That happens in the SEC, but it happens in every conference. It just so happens, David, that in the SEC, you think about it, the rosters top to bottom are more talented than any other league in terms of depth. Like the 8th best team in the SEC has a more talented 1 through 85 than the 8th best team in any other conference. Here's where that matters. When you play that team in September, you've got some future Sunday players with everything still to play for. Now, if you play them in November when they're tapped out, the resistance you get's a lot different. People don't respect that. They never respect it. And because disproportionately you end up making this argument about SEC teams, you're viewed as an SEC homer when you make the argument publicly. So a lot of times I'm happy with a team like Ole Miss or a team like A&M even, where maybe we won't have to resort to that later in the year. Maybe they'll have enough breathing room where it doesn't come down to scheduling semantics, and it doesn't come down to comparative analyses, and they're just solidly in no matter what.
I look at this game in Baton Rouge, and I know the history there. I know how difficult it is to win at LSU. I get that, right? But I look at this as maybe a must-win for A&M from this perspective. I know it's a must-win for LSU, but for A&M, you win this game, it's not a guarantee you're in the playoffs. You're probably in the playoffs, right? Because you just got to win home games at that point. You got to beat Samford. You're going to do that. You got to beat South Carolina. And you're a 10-win team. I would assume a 10-win team gets into the playoffs from the SEC. That's an assumption. But, that's my mindset is, as a fan / if I were a coach, you got to win every game in front of you. But, you win this game, you got that second road win that people were wondering if you could even get one.
Yeah, I don't view it as a must-win at all, because this is the kind of game for A&M where if you and I were to talk Monday, I could paint you a great scenario no matter what. If they win, the scenario you just painted, copy paste, I don't need to add anything. If they lose, I feel no different than I would if I were talking to Joey McGuire at Texas Tech and they just lost at Arizona State. Okay, as long as you come out of that, your mouth's going to be bloody. As long as you come out of it smiling, there's nothing more scary than someone with blood all over the mouth and they're smiling at you. That's terrifying. And I think that could be A&M. It was Alabama after they played Florida State. I looked at that at the time and said, wow, Bama's got a tough schedule, and now they removed almost all the margin for error. How are they going to make this run? By winning games. That's how they made the run, and by harnessing the loss. So with that being said, I think A&M's going to win the game Saturday night. I don't think it matches up well at all for LSU. But if I'm wrong and somehow they figure out a way to make A&M turn the ball over 4 or 5 times like they did Florida, it's not great. It's not a great feeling. And some of the trends that are troubling throughout the history of being an A&M fan continue, but it's not the end of the world. This thing's 12 teams deep now, not 6. So it's not the end of the world. But I am very interested because I've started to get a little concerned throughout the week about how relatively confident I am about A&M in this game. And I feel the same way about Oklahoma against Ole Miss, by the way. I have this strange level of confidence for a game where the spread is 2.5 on this one and 4.5 or 5.5 on that one. So I just want to fill you out on this confidence level this Saturday. Where are you at? I'll explain why I'm as high as I am.
All right. I'm extremely confident that A&M is going to win and win convincingly. And then I pause wait, I'm not allowed to think that. They're going to freaking Death Valley. We haven't won in Death Valley since, the Lincoln administration. In my mind, that's how, I almost feel like I'm not allowed to feel this way, but that's how I feel, and that's coming after a horrible defensive performance against Arkansas. And I justified in my head, but Arkansas's offense is different. That's different. So I don't know. I'm all over the place, Josh, but I feel very confident, and I almost feel bad for feeling as confident as I do.
Yeah, there are a lot of teams in the league on a second leg of back-to-back road games this week. I don't know if you've noticed that. It's weird how that happened this week. Texas A&M, Ole Miss is that way, or several of them. Okay, so let me walk you. Missouri is another one. So let me walk you through why I am where I am. LSU we all know cannot run the ball right now. They're in the 100 teens in that category. And it made them the lowest play action rate team in the league because no one respects their ability to run. Nuss also cannot really push the ball down the field. So no one respects their ability to stretch the field vertically either. They've done a very bad job of getting the ball into the hands of playmakers, something A&M's done a much better job at than them. They know it internally. It's a bad deal for them right now. Okay, so in the past, when A&M or when LSU rather has struggled with this, it just so happens they face teams that cannot score, cannot make them pay for it. That is not the case here. So first off, you can't run it. No one respects your play action game. Your quarterback can't push the ball down the field. You're facing a top 10 pressure team, which you hadn't probably faced so far this year. And you're facing a team on the other side that can score. Like, I look at it, and I think A&M is going to find 27 points Saturday. Maybe more, but 27 I think they'll find. I just flat out don't think LSU can find that. Unless it's defensive or special teams related, I don't think offensively they can find that. So I think A&M's going to go in there and win, and suddenly, as the clock ticks down in the fourth quarter, history doesn't matter because it only matters as much as you let it matter. And I think they win. And here's the thing about Death Valley at night. Everything they say about it is accurate. The catch is, if LSU has this season on the brink, which they do right now, I was there last year when Bama was in town. Bama ended up beating them by 5 touchdowns. And Death Valley on a Saturday night when LSU is losing empties very quickly. And the ones who remain to yell at Brian Kelly and to voice their displeasure. And it becomes very toxic for the home team, and it becomes very uncomfortable, and you love it if you're the road team. So, yeah, if you let LSU play a competitive game or they play with the lead, that place will be a nightmare for you. If you can flip the switch in there, it won't take much. The gasoline's already there. I don't know why you bit the match, but you just gotta strike the match and throw it. And if A&M strikes the match and throws it, that place will take care of the rest. You can actually weaponize a road environment. It's a very strange dynamic.
Josh, I got about 30 seconds before I have to hit a break. Just Starkville, how's that going to play out for Texas?
I got no clue. I got no clue because they can't score. I have no idea. There's such a low margin for error because they can't score. I ask the same thing about Texas every week. Can you find 20? If you find 20, you can reliably count on your defense to, pitch less than a 20-point game. That's not a shutout, but I lean Texas slightly. Look at my hand, David. I'm terrified. I'm terrified for him this week.
Josh, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, David.
Later, man. Josh Pate. Always a great segment there. We'll hit a break. We'll come back. We'll do a short, quick segment. Right now, when it comes to your money and your peace of mind, it starts with the right team, and that's Aggie-owned Paragon Financial Advisors, who are an independent fiduciary serving clients across Texas with no commissions, no sales pitches, just trusted advice tailored to you. They have 18 professionals, including over 9 CFPs, a CFA, and a CPA, and their expertise runs deep because at Paragon, credentials matter, and so does your future. Visit paragon-adv.com or call them up 979-693-3907 to schedule your free consultation today. It is Paragon Financial Advisors. Integrity, expertise, and trust. Paragon Financial Advisors. All right, guys, let's talk about some new partners, Aggieland Hydration and Injectables. They're Aggie owned and operated. They are an mobile IV hydration company that was founded back in 2024. I met with Sheldon and Danny over the last week, and they're awesome people. They really know what they're doing. They're proud to serve Bryan College Station with awesome services like IV hydration, Botox, and even some weight loss options. Whether you're looking for a quick boost of hydration or dehydration preventative, they can tailor an IV cocktail specific to your needs. And on a busy weekend, I know some of you guys might be partying a little bit too much. If that's the case, an IV can be one of the easiest ways to ensure you're receiving all those necessary vitamins and minerals that make you feel better. Their overall mission is to bring a more personalized and accessible wellness option to the broader range of clientele here in the Bryan College Station and Brazos Valley area. To book an appointment or inquire about it, just call them up or text them. 979-217-1561. Again, it's Aggieland Hydration and Injectables. Check them out. It's our friends at Aggieland Hydration and Injectables. All right, we are back. TexAgs Live, presented by David Gardner's Jewelers Rollo Insurance Studio. If you guys are not premium subscribers, you're missing out on TexAgs.com. Right now, we have Olin Buchanan's Around College Football. We have Tell of the Tape, presented by Burlebo. We've got Pick 'em and Rip 'em. And Jason Howell will provide the latest news and notes in recruiting. Breaking Tradition, I told you all about that. TexAgs premium subscribers can watch the Hugh McElroy story, Breaking Tradition, available now on TexAgs.com. It is a Texas FilmWorks documentary that explores the life of Hugh McElroy, class of 71, a Texas A&M student in the 1960s who chose a different path from his family's military legacy amidst a period of cultural shifts. In 1970, he caught the game-winning touchdown in A&M's upset victory over LSU in Baton Rouge. So that is very timely. And in fact, I got a text a little bit ago from Mr. McElroy. So happy to hear from him. Also got a couple of NIL interviews. You got Afena on there. You got the one I told you about earlier on E.J. Smith. So a lot of great stuff there. Nuño's notes later today. Olin Buchanan will have a handful of players to watch, and also the biggest storylines around the league. Alex Schoonover at the Angry Elephant News and Social Center. It's been kind of a busy show. We haven't really talked to you.
It has, but it's been very interesting to see all these people's takes about the LSU game. So
yeah, and also OB's chance to get an earring and a sleeve.
Yeah.
What do you have for us?
I was just gonna read you one of these texts since we just kind of talked about this. You could say that every team we played this year has been desperate. Notre Dame didn't want to open with 2 losses, and Mississippi State also was desperate to break their SEC winless streak. And I feel like we've played every team that we played besides Utah State and UTSA have been pretty desperate teams. So and LSU, we're playing them this week. They're pretty desperate as well. So
all desperate teams, and you know what a good team does? They squash that belief. So hopefully that's what happens this weekend in Baton Rouge. When we come back on TexAgs Live, we will talk to the fan show guys. We've got Matt Browning in the house. We've got Roy May in the house, and we've got Royce Hickman making his triumphant return to the program. That and more. You're listening to TexAgs Live. And we are back here on TexAgs Live, presented by David Gardner's Jewelers Rollo Insurance Studio. We will get to the fan show in a moment, but I got to remind you guys, Buppy's is getting their food ready for us in the lobby. Good. A lot of great Cajun food. With the holidays creeping up, wouldn't it be nice to have a stress-free Thanksgiving and your whole family can enjoy a delicious meal together without stepping foot in the kitchen? Call Buppy's Catering and Bartending and order their holiday feast and let them do the cooking for you. Whole oven roasted turkey, cornbread dressing, giblet. Yeah?
Ooh. There you
giblet.
go.
It should be giblet, okay? Like the Gibbler girl.
Nothing makes sense about the English language. Just as long as you can, just start with that.
Giblet, sorry.
Giblet.
And gravy, I know how to say that. Yeah. Sweet potato casserole. Sorry, that was a little bit of an accent. Green bean casserole. And you also, you want some other than turkey? Bumpy's has got everything for you. 979
green beans with jalapeno.
779-6417. Eat, drink, Bumpy's. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the fan show. Presented by PrizePicks. Go to prizepicks.com/TexAgs. Use the code TexAgs to get $50 once you play in $5 lineups. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Browning.
Buenos dias.
T-shirt Browning.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Never again.
Humble brag walks in. I got a T-shirt on. I got to go lift.
Train wreck.
Well, I've got it's self-discipline here.
We just appreciate you dressing up for the show.
I just appreciate your knowledge of how to operate a magnet.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, T-shirts, I wear them all the time.
You're a T-shirt guy. I thought this is if I'm going to wear a T-shirt, this would be the.
No, I wouldn't wear that T-shirt. I like the look, but it's not as tight as I like to wear.
He likes them tight.
Well, you're a schmedium kind of guy.
Man.
Browning rolls in with a T-shirt on the one day that we got Paul Bunyan over here.
I'm going to go cut down some trees.
And I will admit, I have not been watching the show this week. I've just been listening on the radio.
Yeah.
This is like a new aerodynamic Nuño.
And my hair's grown. It was a week ago that I got this done.
Yeah. I've been watching, and I'm telling you, it stands out.
I mean, most of the time you dress like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, but today you look snappy.
Thank you, sir. Royce Hickman making his return to the show.
Good.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Would $3,000 be enough for you to get a sleeve and an earring?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
You know that story?
I do not. But
I'll tell you at the break.
You're gonna have to. But would $3,500 be enough for you to eat a cake?
A cake
in 2 hours?
No.
Welcome back to the program. Happy to have you.
It's good to be back with you guys.
Roy May, I feel like you've already spoken. Hello.
I have a tendency to do so.
Yeah, it's all good. Let's go to the Angry Elephant News and the Social Center. Alex Schoonover, why don't you start us off with some weird questions?
No weird questions, but I'm going to start off with Matt this time. We got a huge road test this weekend.
Back-to-back weeks?
Back-to-back weeks going first. Now, this crap. You got to get started with Royce.
Fired up. Let's go.
All right, we got a huge road test in Baton Rouge this weekend. What's on your mind?
Okay. Good morning. How is everyone? Great time.
I never get to go first.
I mean, look at. Hey, you got to love 7-0 Roy. I mean, look at he's so happy.
What about you?
Well,
I'm you were so pessimistic in the offseason.
But I was still walked in happy. Yeah, I'm a happy human as it is. Roy is, I mean, look at him. He's just.
Browning's sitting here going, 7-5 still on the tip.
He's still, no, I'm not. But I will say,
here we go.
It's funny, the psychology, all right? So what's on my mind is genuinely the psychology of our fandom around town, right? And I think SEC Shorts nailed it when it was really funny. And they go, Hope comes up the stairs and they all scream, right, and stuff. And so it is interesting. If you really look at this matchup on paper, this is one of our best matchups of the year. For everything we do well is their weakness, and vice versa. Now, of course, we as Aggies go, well, we haven't won at Baton Rouge, and it's really tough there now. But we've changed the narrative all season long. We've won the games that we typically don't win, and we've done these things, and this is a phenomenal matchup for us. I mean, they are not a good rushing team. They are not. Their O-line is beat up. We've got a great pass rush. We've got. They struggle against a dual threat quarterback. We've got all these things going for us. And yet still people are they will not give themselves hope. They will not say, you know what, I think we're going to go in there and win. They're still scared to death. I guess, after 40, I don't know, at least in my 46 years on the planet, it's always ended up, okay, well, here we go again, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know if we've ever felt like I for one am going, this is a really good matchup. I think we're going to go in there and win this thing.
Well, hold on. I just want to say this.
Without getting, I'm not letting the psychology
that
get me.
statement you just made, had I made it last year, I did this many times.
You get beat up for it.
No, it's not that. The opposite happened. And this year, the opposite isn't happening so far, right? Peyton Thorne, worst quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
I was to say Peyton
right?
Thorne.
Notre Dame, they got a brand new offensive line. We got freaking Scorton. Like everything I said, the opposite happened. So I'm glad you said it because I just don't want to.
Look, man,
Bizarro Nuño.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's funny. What I'm seeing is how the psychology of our fan are not all. I know there's a lot of people out there listening right now. They're like, no, we're going to win this game. I completely believe in this team. But the majority are not that way. They're still just, we're all just kind of just waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Bracing for impact.
We're bracing for impact. That at some point this beautiful, joyful season's going to come crashing down like all the rest of them have. And I don't see that happening. I for one am.
I definitely don't see it happening if they win this weekend.
I mean, this weekend, this is a big one. But I mean, of all the games we've played, our SEC schedule up to this point, this might be our best matchup. Now, granted, it's on the road, but in a tough place. But this one. I mean, and I'll tell you this. Something else. I've started listening more to the national guys. Because they don't have the BAS that most of our fans have. They're going, no, the A&M matches up better on paper. I mean, everyone's picking us to win this game. Vegas is picking us to win this game. Everything's picking us to win this game.
Scary.
And so it's scary, right? Yeah. See, look at it. I mean, Roy's down there going, yeah, we're going to win. Well, I mean, look, let's get to.
I think we're going to win too, but I feel bad for thinking it. It's not bad. Like, I wish we were winning.
Gunshot. Talk about that with Pate a little bit.
Yeah, am I allowed to think that? Like, is it cocky? And like, am I allowed to walk into the room thinking I'm the strongest guy? Yes,
but that's exactly what they're. Everyone is bracing for the inevitable, that's going to happen. But I don't know if it is inevitable anymore.
Royce Hickman.
Yay.
What's up, buddy?
Well, it's good to be with you.
Thank you.
Shout out to Julie out there that's helping me with Mary today, and hello to my lovely wife.
Hey.
But first of all, my 4 years at A&M, we won a total of 10 games. We got 7 in basically half the season.
What would TexAgs Live been then?
Oh, my gosh. Tell me about it. But you know what? It was a different environment then.
Yeah.
I mean, we went out and supported the team no matter what, and we didn't gripe and we didn't complain. We just played the next game. Second thing I would say, I went back and looked at a replay of the game. I felt a little better about the defense because I'm going to tell you, Arkansas has 3 players that are incredible.
Who
more than that, probably, but Green, Washington, and Blake.
Yeah,
those guys. Those guys could play for anybody, and basically, we got hurt by those 3 guys.
Well, Blake had 118 yards, a touchdown. Washington, 147 yards with a long of 52. And you know what Taylor Green did? He accounted for 5 touchdowns.
Yeah. So, again, there were times I didn't think we tackled well. There were times I was disappointed, but I felt a little better when I went back and looked at it because I realized we weren't playing an average team. We were playing a team that had some really good players on it. The other thing, I've been to 2 games in LSU. We won them both. So I'm willing to fly with the team. And and I think this was on earlier. When they aren't playing well, that stadium's totally different.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that from personal experience with that. I am optimistic. I do believe in what Mike Elko does, and I think he makes really good halftime adjustments, but he also makes good adjustments from one game to the next. And I think he takes every experience as a learning experience. So when you don't play well, the next game, the areas that you were weak in, he's going to have worked on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's all pointing good for us. And I just like the feel of that team. They could have given up a couple of times against Notre Dame. They could have folded the tents even against Arkansas, and they haven't. They've hung in there. They fought. They're the kind of team I want to pull for, and I'm optimistic.
I am too. Roy, what's on your mind?
I will say Taylor Green is a dude. I didn't know he was that kind of dude. Like he's a dude.
He's a dude.
He is. First and foremost, I'm rocking my Aggie basketball polo today in honor of Luke Evangelos getting his staff green status on the boards. I watched the Pulse last night, and this isn't the first time he said it. We'll play wherever they put the ball down, right? That's something that Elko said a couple of times. Wherever you put a football down, I think Reed Adams might have said it a couple like this episode of the 1-4. You put the ball down in a parking lot, we'll play football, and that's what this team feels like. Like they don't care where it is, and they don't care who it is, and that's where you have to look. And looking back at the Arkansas game, obviously defensively, yeah, right, it was kind of yuck. But again, I go back to Taylor Green. I did not know he was that good.
I didn't either.
I knew he was good, but that was that was quite the effort.
Matthew Dawson told us in the offseason that Taylor Green might be one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he was saying that during the summer.
See, I didn't know. I didn't know Dawson said that because he's a brainiac, and if I'd known he said that, then I would have believed it. Yeah. See, I wouldn't have been surprised because that guy knows literally everything about everything. But I'm excited about this game. Like you said, the matchup's good, but this is a team that's just going to play, right? And we've said it over and over and over. They find different ways to win games. They find different ways to win games. It's complementary football. It's all these things, but it's true. Like it's not a cliche. It's true with this team. And I think going into and I get that just this whole narrative of winning in Baton Rouge at night is tough, and I get that it is. But man, when you look at this team, I don't think they care about Baton Rouge.
I agree.
I just don't think that is even a thought in their mind that it's going to be intimidating, that they're going to care. Arkansas, when we went in 2013, they were working on construction to expand it. It was crappy weather. They weren't that great of a team. The crowd wasn't great. That Arkansas crowd that stadium was packed to the brim. I mean, it was overflowing. At night, because of the delay, right? And everything goes against you, right? You're on the road, it turns into a night game because you had 2-hour weather delays. So you literally have to change your whole schedule. You have to eat later. All these changes come into play. Okay, and you're on the road, right? On the road in the SEC. And they find a way to win the game. And at no point after the first drive did Arkansas ever have a chance to score to take the lead.
Right.
And I think that's one thing where you look at that game and man, this is survive. Just survive and go. So it's just one of those where I don't care if we win by 1 point or 31 points in Baton Rouge. Just go to Baton Rouge and win.
Get the win.
Hey, I think a lot of people are underestimating the impact of a weather delay like that on the road. The home team, it's not so tough on, but the road team is very difficult.
It's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, it is tough for both teams, but being on the road, that just changes because it's not just, it's physical, it's mental, even like spiritual, like how are these guys get ready for these games? Having that 2-hour delay, like that is a massive, like kind of all over your plans.
Let me ask you guys this. I'm going to take it a different direction than I took with Pate because I think, Pate talked about when you play teams and why it matters at that moment. I just want to talk about the teams that were playing some of what they've had to go through. When you played Notre Dame to start the season, they had already lost their first game of the season. That second game felt like a must-win for them because they didn't know how the rest of the year was going to play. You can go to the Auburn game.
In their schedule, too. They knew that this is one of the
marquee chances,
games.
right?
Yeah.
USC ended up being a good win for them last week, but they didn't know that at the time. You go to the Auburn game. They were desperate after getting hosed against Oklahoma. Other games that you can think about. The Florida game. They were desperate, too. Their season was on the line. They had lost to all these top 10 teams. They knew they had to win this game. This past week against Arkansas, they were emotionally invested in this game because it was Bobby Petrino's first game. LSU, this is like, they have to win to be in the conversation. They have to.
They might have to win for Brian Kelly to still be in the conversation. Because they're a fan base that will just straight up say 8-4 doesn't do it, you're gone.
They fire people that have won national championships.
Yeah, they fire people like it's a bodily.
I don't think he'd be fired this year, though. I don't think so.
I think you lose this one.
Then you got Bama. They got a tough schedule.
They've got a tough schedule after us as well. I mean, look, LSU is the kind of program that reminds me of. I'm trying to remember. It's like they fire people like it's a bodily function.
Yeah, I just don't think they would do it. Let's see. They've got hopefully back-to-back losses. I don't know if I want them to lose to Bama. Arkansas, they should win. Western Kentucky, they'll win.
But why should they win with Arkansas? Why should they win? What if it's a 2:30 kick and Taylor Green decides to be the Taylor Green that we saw? LSU's defense is not good.
Yeah. Well, their defense is pretty good.
Not against a mobile quarterback. They're still struggling.
Yeah, not against a quarterback that can move. They historically, under Brian Kelly, cannot contain a mobile quarterback. It's been fascinating to watch, quite frankly.
Who does well against mobile quarterbacks?
Yeah, that's a good point.
The only way to do well against a mobile quarterback is having an elite pass rush. I don't think LSU's got that, but they're giving up on the year. How many points a game have they given up? It's not on there. I think it's like 15.5. 15.3 points per
there's
game.
50. Well, yeah, they're not giving up a lot of points. But again, can we get back to the graphic? I don't remember who they've played so far, but it's just one of those things where
Nick, can you put their LSU schedule back up?
It's just one of those things. It reminds me of the Texas
Clemson,
defense.
who was not a very good team.
Clemson is not a good team. Louisiana Tech, Florida. I mean, look, outside of Ole Miss, who have they played? Vanderbilt put up 24 on them. Or 31 on them.
So what would you say to those who has A&M played?
They've only scored 30 one time this year.
And that was not a Power 4 game.
It's Southeastern Louisiana, yeah. That's wild. Then, hey, this is fun.
That's a tough schedule moving on. But so we played Notre Dame. The Auburn game was weird. Mississippi State, we did what we're supposed to do. Florida, we did what we're supposed to do. And Arkansas was a total nightmare. Defensively, but offensively, Marcel Reed, minus a complete crap phantom holding call, has a Heisman game, basically, with that breakaway run. And it's just the way we match up. And again, this reminds me of how we talked about the Texas defense before the year. They were like, man, their defense is going to be really good. Turns out maybe they're not. The Texas defense is not this elite defense. I thought they were going to be probably the best defense in the country, the Sips, right? I did. And I thought LSU probably wasn't far behind them. And now you look at it and you're like, they're not giving up a lot of points per game, but they're losing, right? So,
well, Texas is only, they've got the 2 losses, but one of those losses to the number 1 team in the country.
Is Ohio State the number 1 team in the country?
Yeah.
Yeah, who else have they played?
They haven't played anybody.
And again, so this is what's really weird about this year too. We talked about this, being ugh, I hate that color.
UTEP, San Jose State.
And they lost to Florida, who just fired their coach. Like, so they're going to be.
I think they might be in trouble this weekend.
I think they might be in trouble this weekend.
I'm not ready to pull the trigger on that, but I think they might be in trouble this weekend, right?
I think that the Horn Meltdown thread is going to get a whole lot of replies this week. Like, there's going to be a lot of pages to sift through after this weekend, even if they win. Because, boy, Vanderbilt ain't going to do them any favors.
No,
it's so weird to talk about Vanderbilt being good at football, by the way.
And Vanderbilt, if you look at their schedule, they got to, not only do they have to win this, they got a rough schedule. Hey, you want to give us an update on the weather?
All right, so weather report for Baton Rouge is right now we're showing it's going to be around kickoff, 80% chance of rain. You got scattered thunderstorms. Winds aren't bad, but it's going to be a lot of rain. It says rainfall may reach 1 inch of rain during the game.
Oh.
So for a team that cannot run the football, again, that is yet another. That's another notch on the old belt for the A&M side. I mean that's an advantage for us. A rainy game, plus the rain sometimes will damper, especially a team that's already lost 2 games. Their fan base may go, you know what? I mean, they're hopefully not, maybe not as rowdy. I don't know. It's easier to get.
They've been drinking all day.
You get a touchdown or 2 lead.
Any day
if you get a touchdown or 2 lead in the rain, they're bailing. You take the home field advantage out. So again, I think that's yet another advantage for A&M.
All right, let's do this. Let's hit a break. We've got a lot more to get into. Right now, if you're looking for a reason to move back to Aggie Land, or you already live in Aggie Land and are looking for a new opportunity, check out the Association of Former Students. They are the best. They are seeking to hire professionals to join their team. Sometimes it's in marketing, fundraising, communication, sales. They got many different areas for you to look into, but they are the premier alumni association and the oldest organization supporting A&M, and they play a part in every Aggie story from howdy to here. Don't miss opportunities to help out with Howdy Socials, Aggie Rain Day, class reunions, and everything in between. Join a team that exemplifies those Aggie core values of excellence, integrity, leadership, loyalty, respect, and selfless service, all in support of that worldwide Aggie network. So if you're interested in joining the team or sharing with someone who would be a great fit, please visit tx.ag/association jobs to apply and get more information on each position. It is the Association of Former Students. Hey friends, David Nuño here for Prize Picks. They're back on TexAgs, prizepicks.com/TexAgs. Use the code TexAgs to get $50 once you play in $5 lineups. And Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Football season's here, basketball coming up, baseball, you name it. You go to prizepicks.com/TexAgs and start having some fun watching sports, making some money on there. And you can play Prize Picks in over 40 states, including California, and Texas. Remember, they'll give you $50 in lineups once you play $5 lineups on Prize Picks. And they have the new thing. It's called It's Good to Be Right campaign, and they're kicking off the upcoming NFL season with their bold new campaign, It's Good to Be Right. The seasonal long push celebrates the thrills of getting it right, from the perfect prediction to winning your Prize Picks lineups. Prize Picks is good to be right. First timer on the show, David Nuño, turning on his mic.
Got your mic on now?
I do.
It's good.
I don't think anybody wants to hear when I go wash my hands in the restroom.
It's like
I'm
that.
just saying.
It's like that scene from Naked Gun when he keeps his mic on, he goes back and starts whizzing. Yeah, so
whizzing.
Anyway, welcome back to the TexAgs Fan Show, brought to you by Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com/TexAgs. Use the code TexAgs.
We really got to see if Barnum and Bailey will sponsor the show, because that's about where we're at.
We're off the rails. I'm going to just. Okay.
We're right.
But don't blame me, though.
Did any of you listen to the first segment this morning?
I did not.
Thanks, guys.
I was in Aggie Park doing things.
Yeah, you can put your headphones on, bro.
I was talking to students, trying to giving my worldly advice.
Whenever I'm talking to students and telling them how to get in the industry, I'm listening to the show that I'm on. Anyway, I read this tweet because it got me going. And I just want to kind of move on from it, not spend too much, but just want to say it.
I want to move on, but let's go ahead and address it.
JB Hogg. Okay? Why does everybody laugh when I say that name?
I mean, it's better than Dr. Hyman.
Dr. Mark Hyman is an expert in the field. That's his name, Mark D. Hyman. JB Hogg.
We've gone off the
Boss
rails.
Hogg.
He's real. I've shown you this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I have. In fact, I even sent Jamie Morrison his book the other day. I did. So anyway, A&M is avoiding ranked teams and played at home. Not too many schools that would not be 7-0 with that schedule. Guys, do we think A&M should be like when we talk about the greats, because you kind of alluded to who is Ohio State beaten. The reason I think people knock down A&M is because of the history of the collapses in November in years past. Right? But Ohio State hasn't really played anybody yet. They will. Everybody's going to get their chance.
Does Ohio State have Indiana this year?
I think they do. Google that, Alex, for us. I think that they do. And if not, they may face them in the Big Ten championship, right? Sure. So my point is, I know that people talked about Texas's schedule, all right, last year. I just want to get invited to the party. Give me a hard schedule. Give me an easy schedule. I don't care. Why am I holding the spots? I just want to go to the party, and I want to do well in the party. Is that? Am I fair on that?
Yeah, I don't care about schedule at all. Because first of all, we're not the ones that made the schedule, whether it's hard or easy.
Point I was going to make.
It's just, I don't care. I'm with you, man. I just want to go to the playoffs, and I want to win a game, and then build from that. I mean, if we do more, I mean, you know what I'm thinking.
If we build more, bro, this show, I'm going to be a much better host.
We're going to have a 3-hour fan show.
You guys will become analysts. Let's go to our analysts.
It's just,
Roy May.
I think that's a big thing is, everybody likes to complain about schedules, and we've done it before too. We sit here and go, man, they got the easiest schedule on the planet. What the hell? But it all shakes out at the end anyways with this playoffs. It's all going to shake out because you're going to have to play these teams. Now, you get in the playoffs, you're going to have to play the teams that you think either had a hard schedule or easy schedule, or you think they're good, or you think they're a paper tiger kind of thing. Because you have the playoff, you have the ability to sort it out. Unless you have, because we're at 12, I think it's going to go to 16. I think it should go to 16 because I think everybody should play a first-round game on campus. Big fan of that.
Right.
But it's all going to sort itself out unless you have somebody who you think egregiously got left out.
Right.
Now, when we got left out, it was a 4-team thing, and there was something to be said for being that 5th team. When you're the 13th team, let's be honest. Right? I mean, let's call it for what it is. If you get left out of a 12-team playoff or a 16-team playoff, were you really going to challenge anybody? Because you have to win more than one game.
Yeah.
So I don't care about the schedule. I'll go playoffs.
I have no problem with Ohio State being number one. I have no problem with that. I agree they've not played anybody, but they've earned it.
That's fine.
You're defending national champion. That's
fine. Preseason rankings matter.
Number one till somebody beats them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm completely fine with them being number one. And then, I mean, there's not a lot of teams. I'm sorry, there's not a lot of teams in the country that would be 7-0 with our schedule right now. Is it the hardest schedule we've ever had? No. But there's not a lot of teams that would be 7-0 in that.
Yeah, I should apologize. A&M did go on the road. I mean, and they just beat Notre Dame in South Bend. I'm sorry. I know that doesn't mean anything, but the team went to the championship game last year, brings them back a big. They probably got a better quarterback for what they have this year. Yeah. I think C.J. Carr. Not that he's an upgrade to Riley Leonard's toughness, but the guy can throw the freaking ball.
Yeah. Look, you just find ways to win. And we can see that, and I think everyone can see this. I've heard a lot of the national pundits go, if A&M put it all together, if we had that defensive game, it's just like a round of golf, right? There's times where you're putting well, but you can't hit a shot to save your life, and there's times where you're knocking down the flag stick, but you can't roll the ball in the hole. We can just get defense and offense to both just show up in the same game. We're going to blow somebody's doors off. And I sure hope that's this weekend. That'd be so fun.
Yeah, well,
be sweet.
Yeah, well, for For those who are not with us currently, Hunter Shirtlift, the diatribe that he went on in our group text last night about LSU. So I got you, Hunter. This is the week it needs to come together. This is the week we all want to see it come together because, quite frankly, I hate LSU. It's like 1B to Texas.
Well, let me ask the group this before we hit a break. What does a win signify? Does it signify anything? Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully, it's just a step in the process. But I think a win does, it could be a line in the sand moment. Not that LSU's that caliber of team, but just another narrative gone.
I think it states that where we think they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it says a ton. And I'll say, because again, we're clearing hurdles this year that we haven't done in the past. Right. We've cleared that big top 10 game on the road. We've won games in the past that we were all scared going into it, going, this is a game that we lost in the past. You go to Baton Rouge, which we hadn't lost to.
What is this we stuff?
Okay, the Aggies.
There's no I in team, but there's a we.
There's a me too.
Yeah, that's true.
So it would. I think it would be lovely. I don't know. Roy killed my vibe there. I was about to go on the whole thing, and then now
you've
now
lost interest.
Yeah, I've lost interest.
You're turned off.
Hope we win.
Your point is really good, though. There's games this year we would have lost the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm. So it's,
at least two.
It's part of the narrative. This whole idea of changing the narrative and changing who Aggie football is, and
kicking down the door.
Texas 8-4 and all that sort of stuff. This game right here, going into Baton Rouge, this is clearing the hurdle that we've not won in Baton Rouge and since we've been in the SEC. And we haven't won there in 30 years. Yeah, we didn't play them for 20 of them. So, but either way, but since we've been in the SEC, we've not won there. And this is another. Hey, we cleared yet another hurdle under Mike Elko. And so I think it'd be huge. I think it's a huge deal if we win this game.
When the unexpected happens, whether it's a car accident or property damage or business liability, preparation does matter. And that's why I think you need to reach out to the Rollo Insurance Group, who's going to ensure that you're properly covered before crisis strikes. Their independent agents provide a consultation across several types of insurances, giving you the confidence and the details are going to be handled correctly. They have 60 offices in the great state of Texas, but they also have their headquarters right here in College Station on Highway 6. The true value of insurance becomes clear during those moments, or those critical moments when you need to file a claim, and Rollo agents are going to walk you through the entire process and make it so easy for you. What you need to do is visit rolloinsurance.com/TexAgs or call them up, 888-44-ROLLO. That is 888-44-ROLLO. Rollo Insurance, the difference is real. All right, we're talking about Burlebo, the heart of Texas, more than an outdoor lifestyle brand. It's products created with you in mind. Currently, I'm wearing the performance polo, the Texas Maroon and Gray. If you look into it, you've got the state of Texas in gray, and you also got it in maroon. It's one of their highest, most popular sales that they have there. It is really nice. Comfort and versatility. You can wear it in any situation. Quick drying, fits the size. But Burlebo, they're rooted in tradition, fueled by passion for the outdoors. Designs high-quality apparel that works just as hard as you do. So whether you're hitting a workout, enjoying a day of fishing, or cheering on your favorite college team, their gear is made for the athlete, the outdoorsman, and the everyday adventure. And it's really nice. I wore this one to church the other day. People talked about it. Really, my kids were like, "Yeah, Dad, you look pretty good today." From athletic shorts to your favorite go-to tees and performance hoodies, they have everything you want. Check out burlebo.com and find your new favorite gear. It's Burlebo for the athlete, for the outdoors, and for the family. Early Michael Jackson. Little time for TexAgs Live's fan show presented by Prize Picks. I'm going to read this because I think
Jackson 5?
The
Beat It
Thriller,
years?
Thriller album.
The 80s, mid-80s.
Yeah. Sometimes, this is from that Aggie kid. Sometimes where'd it go? Nuño, I never watched the show because I'm at work Monday through Friday. I just listen. I open my phone and my guy, haircut looks nice. Shout out to your barber. There we go. That means you didn't like it. You didn't like the hair. That laugh said something else.
I just think it's interesting someone would send you a text.
I'm all about the high and tight. You know?
Well, speaking of hair, let's go to the guy with a lot of hair. His name is Luke Evangelist. He's at the Angry Elephant News and Social Center. Been in movies back in the 70s. He's here to join us.
Looked like he put glue all over his scalp and just rolled around on a barber floor.
Well, and his upper lip too.
That's good. Hey, David, you actually had a pretty good week last week.
Did I really?
You were 6-2.
Whoa, there you go.
Yeah.
I did call
Hunter
it.
was 2-6. That's probably why he's not here to face the noise.
Not here to face the music, huh?
I don't even think he was here last week.
Chad picked for him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Dr.
Chad.
Chad.
I had
It counts for Hunter.
I had it written in the wrong category. My bad. But yeah, Dr. Chad did not do well. And then Roy, you were 4-4. Matt, you were 5-3.
Nice.
By the way, let me just read this. Real quick.
What's the totals for the year?
Okay.
Do math.
Nuño, read that while he's looking it up.
Yeah, David Edmond. Nuño, how are you personally celebrating a win over LSU at night in Death Valley? How I'm going to celebrate is I'm going to do the post-game show and go to sleep immediately after, but I'll be smiling. That game's going to end late.
I'll celebrate for you.
Yeah. He's going to go crazy. He's going to have himself an extra shot of creatine.
Good. Tiger fist.
I'm close to 20 milligrams a day now. I used to be 5.
Good.
Sorry.
Like I tell you, no, that's a between segments kind of. Nope.
Luke, go ahead, buddy.
All right.
David,
I'm dominating. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're completely even, 27-27.
Dominating the pack. Then.
Matt, you're 32-30.
Nice.
And Roy, 29-33.
I'm in the lead?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Remember a year ago you were in the lead because you were doing that trick?
No, I was behind, but I started coming back because I did my trick. So, yeah. This year I'm actually just shooting from the hip, and it's working.
No, you're not.
I don't even know half these players, but it's okay.
All right, here we go. We're going to go start it off with somebody you probably do know, John Mateer from Oklahoma, more than or less than 259.5 passing yards against Ole Miss.
It's in Norman?
Yeah.
Yeesh. I mean, they ran the ball last year.
I'm going to go less.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go less as well. I think
they rushed him back. I think they rushed him back too quickly.
Yeah. I agree. I'm going less for sure.
In his last 2 games, he has thrown for 202 and 150. You said the number
259.
is
259.
259. Ole Miss's defense, I have questions about. Give me the more than.
Wow.
I don't have that many questions.
Yeah, I don't
this defense.
All right, let's
It's like the Spanish Inquisition.
Let's flip to the Ole Miss offense. Trinidad Chambliss going to start again, more than or less than 249.5 passing yards at Oklahoma.
See, I like that one. Yes, I'm going to say more than on that one.
Yeah, I'm the same. I like that one.
Man, he's thrown for a lot of. What's the number again?
249.5.
They got Mateer throwing for more than him.
My goodness.
I'm going to say less.
He's thrown for more than in every game than that number so far.
Really?
But who's the defense that he played? Arkansas, Tulane, LSU.
Georgia.
Give me more than.
All right, Arch Manning, more than or less than 220.5 passing yards at Mississippi State.
I'm going to say less, out of spite.
Roy, come on. Or Royce?
No.
Or Roy?
Go ahead.
I'm going to say less.
I mean, I
don't have to pick, man.
Yeah, we know what you're going with.
You could say more or less than 27.5 yards. I'd be like, you know what? Less. Can't stand the freaking sip, man.
What was the number again?
220.5.
I will sacrifice my record for my disdain.
I think I'm going to do the same thing. I think I'm going to go less.
Yeah, I mean.
All right, Fernando Mendoza, the quarterback from Indiana, more than or less than 265 against UCLA.
Oh, more.
Oh, gosh, more.
That's easy.
More.
Their receivers are good.
Yep.
It could be a shootout, though. What Neuheisel's got going on over there.
And made a difference.
That's right.
Everyone want more?
What's the number again?
265.5, and they're at home.
That's a lot of yards.
Libre, vamos. More than.
More?
Yeah.
All right,
Of course,
Marcel Reed.
Nuño's the only one sitting here getting to look up stats.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys have phones.
And
he was looking up the weather 5 seconds ago. All right, Max Crawford Browning over here.
I was just trying to add to our
I'm trying to
show
add as well.
Trying to add to our.
By the way, you guys go anti-Texas like I do as well. When it's a Cubano, I go more than. So that's how I roll. I just wanted to confirm.
And yeah, Fernando Mendoza is like kind of a part of that community.
Why? I think his parents are Cuban.
He doesn't look very Cuban to me.
What does Cuban look like?
Oh boy.
Marcel Reed, more than or less than 219.5 passing yards at LSU.
Oh,
More.
Mas.
Also
let,
more.
Let me add a lot more.
Did you not know what Mas meant?
I'll go more.
Although they may run that ball a lot.
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, that's
I mean, if it's a torrential downpour, you're not throwing for
and they have
220
a
yards.
success running it. That could change that, but still.
But play action pass, get a touch, right? So
yeah.
All right, Ryan Williams, the wide receiver from Alabama, more than or less than 58.5 receiving yards at South Carolina.
Is he 18 now?
If he can catch the
I know
ball,
he was 17.
If he can catch the ball, I mean that kid's open all the time. He just can't. He just has drops issues. So, but I'm gonna say more.
What was it? What was the number? 59, something like that.
58.5.
And who's Bama guy? I'm sorry.
South Carolina.
Oh gosh, more.
Yeah, more, more.
Mas.
Chris Brazzell, the wide receiver from Tennessee.
He is awesome.
More than or less than 66.5 receiving yards against Kentucky.
Ooh, that defense.
You want me to go less?
I'm gonna say more.
Yeah, I'm gonna go more.
I'm gonna go less.
And finally, Ahmad Hardy, the running back from Missouri, more than or less than 86.5 rushing yards at Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt's got a really good rush defense.
That dude's a dude, though.
Yeah. I'll start it with the less.
I need to make it some ground, so I'm going to go more.
Running?
I'm gonna say less.
What was the number again?
86.5.
He's stalling for time to look it up.
No, it's pulling up Amari Harvey, who plays for Georgia Tech. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go less than. This is the week that I fall into last place. I just feel it.
Yeah, that's all we got.
Yeah. Thanks for agreeing. Thanks for agreeing.
See, I like.
Well, I mean, you already kind of are pretty close to last place.
But I thought I was in second place.
Yeah, but like on this show, 500 is second place. You know, like the
so
standard is kind of lowered.
You know, I think Dawson, Matt Dawson put out or is it Matthew? I don't know if he goes by Matt, quite frankly.
He goes by Mateo now. He's changed. He's got a real job. Yeah.
Mateo Dawson. Yeah, he put out the Prize Picks post, that he puts out every week. And he had a good number in there. I think it was Marcel Reed, and it was more than less than, but it was total yardage, like passing and, and rushing.
Right.
And I really liked that number that was in there. So,
Luke, thanks for always being so kind to me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Thanks, Blanche.
By the way, we handle your credentials for basketball season too. So just know that.
And by the way, you do look a little Cuban yourself.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like, what does a Cuban look like in your opinion?
I got to run back there.
You know that Cubans are like Americans, right? Everybody came there.
Yeah, obviously I know that. We're just
not American.
I see Fernando Mendoza and I'm like, I don't see a Cuban guy.
Okay.
That's all.
Thank you. If my name was Doug,
I guess
you
he
would
looks
probably say the same thing to me. All right, man. Thanks, Matt. Or not Matt. Sorry, Luke. Appreciate you.
He looks more Irish, I guess, huh?
Inspector Clouseau over there. All right, we'll hit a break.
David O. Nuño.
McNuño.
Dig.
By the way, are you guys going to have some of the Buppies catering and bartending?
Yes.
Yes?
Doug.
You going to get in?
Doug.
Well, after you
I don't like that answer. It's like, I guess you're forcing me.
No,
Yes.
no, I need to get home.
Okay, well, good.
Yeah.
Take it on the...
Yeah, you can get it to go.
I'll do it to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you want for Matt Browning, before he stops at the gym, to bring you some food, just text the show. I'm sure he'll be willing to do that.
Happy to.
I just had some of the etouffee. I had to have a little sampler. Fantastic.
Meals on Wheels.
And he did not bring any of us any.
No, that's not how
He
I
just
operate.
brought himself some.
Dudes don't bring other dudes' foods in the studio. That's how it works. But if you need Thanksgiving hooked up, they will hook you up. Make sure you reach out to Buppy's Catering and Bartending, 979-779-6417. Order your holiday feast for Thanksgiving or order ahead for Christmas. It is Buppy's. Eat, drink, Buppy's. And we are back. I think my IFB just went out here on TexAgs Live, presented by David Gardner's Jewelers in the Rollo Insurance Studio. Don't worry, Nick. I'll just plug in to the old headphone set right here. I think they were playing Eye of the Tiger before I lost sound. I think we can go check in the lobby because Buppy is hanging out with Luke Evangelist.
I thought it was just home games. Like, to walk into TexAgs this morning, I was like, let's go.
Yes, and here's the beauty of it. He did it because it's a big game, and he said, I'm going to bring you guys some Cajun food. So Buppy is there with Luke. Luke, take it away. Oh, scoot over. There we go.
This is my type of food. We got some gumbo here, some rice, some etouffee, and then we got some garlic bread. And Buppy, what is this again right here?
It is Cajun black beans.
Cajun black beans. Yeah.
And we've got the traditional
Potato salad. Yep.
And a bourbon pecan pie.
That's good. All right, Mr. Buppy, we got a huge game this week. We're going down to Baton Rouge, playing in Death Valley. What are your take on the game?
It's an exciting time anytime the Aggies go on the road, and I feel good with the team that put together by Coach Elko. And, I haven't been down there in a long time, but I feel like the Aggies are built for success on the road this year.
You heard it here from Mr. Buppy. We're back to David.
Thank you very much, Alex. Appreciate that. Buppy, that etouffee was yay.
I'll give Cajuns one thing. Their food is fantastic. And Cajun food reminds me a lot of barbecue in the sense that, like, the way it makes the room smell is just like.
Yeah. Hey, guys, let's play a game called Who's Going to Be the Best Player on the Field on Saturday? And Royce, go first.
Marcel.
Boom. Can't steal it. Roy.
Dang it. EJ Smith.
Thanks for letting me go first.
Yeah.
I'm going to go EJ Smith. I think he has a breakout game because I think we're going to keep it on the ground.
Okay.
I'll take a flyer.
Cassius Howell.
Thank you. I needed a defensive player. Thank you.
Cassius Howell is going to be a beast. And I feel like Turian will have a little bit better game than he did last.
That's right. They've got that freshman starting at left tackle now, don't they?
They got some injuries that could make this very interesting for them. But again, as I've told you guys before,
very interesting for them.
Yeah, because when you have a linebacker and a left tackle,
I tell you what, those two players too are fantastic. They really are. They're probably the best players on each side of their respective side of the ball, and to have both of them out, because that left tackle that dude's a guy.
Well, it's not a guarantee. Look, I think there's always gamesmanship.
Well, the left tackle looks like he's out.
He's out, but Weeks is listed as doubtful.
But he still has a practice, and he's in a
he's in a boot.
Yeah, he's in a walking boot, and a little bit more of a serious one, like a non-weight bearing kind of thing.
And there's the defensive lineman who is questionable, and he's very key to them. But
questionable,
means he's playing.
Yeah.
If you're questionable on Wednesday, tomorrow, I feel great.
You're not going to miss this game.
Yeah.
If you're a baller and you're questionable, you're probably playing.
But fewer reps.
Yeah.
Fewer times in the field. That'd be helpful.
Royce, be the shot caller. What's the key to the game?
I think the key to the game, seriously, is going to be our defense stepping up and controlling the game.
Okay.
Because I think our offense can score, and I think in 2 games we've won this year, we outscored them. And I think this one, if the defense will step up, we'll have a game that we can kind of relax in the latter part of the game.
Right.
Not getting a crappy officiating crew.
Oh, amen.
And running between the tackles. Big time. Wear them down, wear them out, send the fans home early.
Mike Elko.
Nice.
That's my coach.
That's my coach.
That's my
there.
freaking coach, bro.
I feel like the game plan is going to be good, and I think on defense we're going to be ready.
Yep, I do too.
Yeah.
A lot of confidence around here. Ain't it cool?
It's cool. Unless it doesn't happen.
Don't say that.
I'm just saying, it's cool until it doesn't.
We were talking about breakfast. The post we always get where the fans come on. They're like, hey, man, you were the nicest fans in the world. Go home with your L. And now fans are like, I really don't like Aggies. You know what? Fine. Good. If we're the villains, good. Just win. I don't care if we're the villains anymore.
Say it to the camera. Let them
just win, baby.
I don't care if we're the villains. I don't like. I get it. Like Ags class representing the university, but man, I don't like. Suck it up.
By the way, the show's over. Thanks so much for watching. Tomorrow, the final countdown. We'll see you then.